Where they sit on the floor.
You guys are alive. Have fun.
Oh, jeez. Oh, did they catch that? All that horrible stuff I was saying?
I think so.
Are we not muted? We're not muted. You guys can hear everything was... Yeah, but... D&D on the floor.
Shut up! Shut up, Alex!
Gemmer's here. Gemmer.
Hi, Gemma.
Pup.
Like Jumpman. Gemma.
Jumpman Jam.
Due to some advice from you guys, we decided to edit the panel of his little emote, or his little entrance into the channel, because it was a little bit long and lengthy. So we decided to do a little bit of editing. Yeah. Now, with the new exclamation fudge, we got a new sentence. I want you guys to hear it. Do you know what goes great with D&D?
Fudge.
That's right! Fudge!
Fudge.
You already know.
Thanks to fudgelovingcraze.com, you can get some homemade fudge for 10% off at checkout using the code LegendaryAction.
Fudge is good.
Fudge.
It's delicious.
We were thinking about fudge waffles.
We make waffles!
Wait, you said 10% off of the already cheap, delicious fudge?
That's cheaper than anyone else, generally.
Oh.
Andy took a look at it.
It is delicious fudge.
It's amazing.
It is absolutely.
The Shamrock.
Have you
The Shamrock
tried
fudge
man?
reminds me of home.
Fudge.
So not only are you
Thank you for the bits.
Can't carry on. Find the word.
It is!
Thank you so much for
Thank
this.
you,
We
12-sided
appreciate
guy. We appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in. As a heads up, we're currently in a slight intermission just because we had some technical difficulties that postponed the stream. We're currently getting those fixed out with the help of Andy, our DM.
Yeah, and our boss said not to make you guys wait anymore. So here we are. Congratulations.
On command, we dance.
So not only are you a fan, you're a customer.
What is this shit crappy? We're going to make a commercial out of this, aren't we?
We could.
I can't dance.
We could.
What are we selling?
We just need this little
Fudge.
thing called talent.
Because fudge is delicious.
Our beautiful personalities.
Now,
No, we can't sell that.
Yeah, I know.
are you being paid to talk positively about his fudge?
No, it's just good.
For the record, none of us are being paid.
I'm being
We're
asked.
just supporting.
I'm being asked why I'm so angry about fudge.
I know, jeez.
Fudge, because he doesn't have any. That's why.
Because
he's mad.
salesmen are angry when they're pitching you good deals. All right.
What?
It's a
Just so frustrated.
It is really 100%.
He makes zero commission.
I'm upset you're not
Mike
buying
makes
this.
zero commission. That's why he's angry.
He's actually angry because he hasn't had fudge in a while.
It's the truth. I haven't had my shamrock fudge in a while.
Let's just jack Snickers. Are you mad? Have some fudge. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got fudge in my tummy and it tastes so freaking delicious.
And he's not the bard.
No, I'm not.
How was everybody's week?
You know what fantastic?
There's like zero.
What's
we're
happening?
used to being prompted by the empty space
I know.
over there.
I guess. Well, I'm scared. Dad's gone.
Oh, we said we could do this without you, but we can't.
When's he coming home?
Fix it.
Just fix
Now watch
it.
me disappear.
Take your time.
I told him to lay off the potions of invisibility.
He said he was going
Why
out
are
for
the
cigarettes. I don't think he's coming back.
I didn't come back.
How was the store opening that you guys got to go to that Frasier and I didn't get to go to?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Some of us didn't have jobs, so we were able to go. It was
Yes, I'm stuck
fantastic.
at my
We went
job
to
all
a
the
store
time.
opening on last Saturday for
Oh,
the
sorry.
Five Titans. Sorry, Five Titans, not the. The store is called Five Titans. They're in Fallon. I don't know if you guys are here at all, but if you see this, hi Five Titans.
Hello, Five.
They actually have a really nice storefront. We thought it was their grand opening, and so we went to the wrong place. But apparently, their building they're planning on going to is not open yet. So it was a soft opening. They have a store. There are shelves with stuff on it, but it's not their final destination. It's like a DBZ boss. They're waiting for their final form, you know?
They're just screaming for a while.
Right now, they're just taking a few episodes to yell.
Yeah, building that dialogue.
Yelling.
Don't destroy my planet. We have Five Titans. For the record, they're called Five Titans because they have 5 Titans in the front of their store, and they're all professionally painted. Not both. There's 5 of them. They're all professionally painted, but they also they have a really nice shop. They have like gaming tables, and I was honestly surprised because they aren't plastic fold-out tables.
So,
they're
nice.
they're kind of, so the life size, they're not life size, but they kind of are, because like their main big Titan is like this huge.
Yeah. It's,
Like, he's bigger than your average child.
what's those in there? The World Breaker or something like that? The
Warlord?
Warlord Titan? Yeah, it's a Warlord Titan. They have a Warlord, 2 Warhounds, and then two other Titans, 2 Reavers or something. They have a bunch of Titans.
It's the entire Titan class army of death and destruction.
Yeah, and
Put it this way.
they're really cool. They're chaos themed.
If you're a Warhammer nerd, the amount to field all of them is 18,500.
They're actually planning on having a tournament series where the players play, and then the final battle is you are going to fight their Titans, and your points cost is whatever you think you need to bring to win.
Oh.
So, and then if you win some dope prizes. They haven't given all the details out, but that's something they want to do when they get to their new store.
Nice.
And then, but they have tables of ultimate gaming. That's the type of tables they have. They have legs with special designs on them, cup holders, charging ports, and they have a recess on the inside of the table, so you have a legitimate play space. All of their tables have crafted terrain, resin terrain, so it's
Sasha,
all...
come here.
It's not just a mat. They actually have terrain and stuff for their tables. And also, for Titan status games, the tables are made so you can pop the sides off of 4 of them and push them together for a Titan scale war zone.
Nice.
So that was
Sasha.
cool. They did. Manda painted her first mini, and it actually turned out pretty good. Pictures in the Discord down below. And their professional painter that helped with their Titans gave everyone pretty much like a little class on painting, and let some of our more experienced painters try out the new Citadel contrast paints, which are actually pretty interesting.
They're rad.
Pretty good.
I actually got my hands on some prior to this. Painting my giant Titan. And you know what? Adding the yellow contrast paint on top of gold makes it look really like a rustic gold. I really like it, actually.
Cool.
It also has, we've seen when we were there, it has excellent like use cases. Like some things that are really hard to paint, like fur. It's great for.
Yeah.
Fur, if you want a less metallic looking gun, it falls in the creases and gives you the darkness exactly where you need it.
Turns out the 20 contrast paints that they came out with, they all work for something.
Yeah. But it's taking it and applying it. It's not just like you're done, but it's definitely an extra tool for the artist's tool set. Yeah, Matt painted some, Dylan painted some,
Yep.
Amanda painted some. I didn't because I didn't bring a model that I liked, and I didn't see one that I wanted because I was like, I got so much stuff to paint at home. It feels wrong cheating on all my stuff at home by painting this stuff.
I'm tired of painting. I live, breathe, and eat painting.
Trust me, the cheating bit, that's half the fun.
Going to the Warhammer store tomorrow.
There's a reason he's a warlock, people.
Oh.
I am a bad person.
You heard it here first.
That's what we call acceptance, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, no, it was a really great time. It's a little ways out there, but it's a really nice little shop they have going on there. And also, all the owners are it's like a group of D&D nerds that got together and were like, we like Warhammer, we like D&D, and we like the stuff associated. Why don't we just open a shop? And so they did. So we got a lot of good conversation with the lovely people running that fine establishment.
Yeah, it was really fun. They're really cool people.
Oh, hi.
Oh.
Hi, boss.
Hey.
When'd you get here?
You didn't hear that awful stuff I was saying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He knows exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah.
I try not to listen to you guys. It's bad for my health.
Has anyone else had
Have
it?
you heard your own self sometimes?
Yeah.
I have.
Especially you.
I try not to.
Yeah.
And then I get kicked out of places, but that's besides
I heard
the
Mike advertise the fudge, and I heard you start rambling on about being 5 Titan Gaming, but nobody actually welcomed them to our channel. Nobody did the intro while I was gone. So hello everybody, welcome to Legendary Action. I'm so sorry my players are so rude. They're just tied up in themselves over there.
It was not myself, it was about fudge!
We didn't want you to get back.
Yeah,
on
we didn't
nothing
want
to do.
And you have the controller.
Yeah, why make it easy on me?
How am I supposed
want
to
to take
run
your
the
job.
intro? Am I-
I don't want to run the intro.
What's
I
up,
can
Lobby
do the
Lightning?
intro.
That's
why you're
on
funny.
Lightning.
You're
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all like you.
That sounded really honest.
Everybody
works.
really Everybody
Oh,
has to go
you
follow
have a
Lonnie
thing
Lightning
that works.
and check
Does
him
it?
out. Dude's great. It's fucking hilarious.
Absolutely.
He's the Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome.
Yeah, where you get your you follow him, you get access to your VIP lounge on the 30th floor. You get your Viper Skin chairs and drinks and all that good stuff.
Quick little shout out while we have you guys. Thank you Malachi75 for the sub while we were starting up, and thank you Lonnie Lightning for that tier 1 sub just now.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Here in the Hall of Legends, man.
Yeah, and this is our first time of us being live for our show, Legendary Action. That's what you're watching right now. Did I do a good job? Yeah. For our show, where we have our emotes.
Emotes are up.
Yeah, we've had them for a little bit during the week. It just took them so long to get them approved, but they're up.
Yeah,
I know I'm still in sales mode.
So enjoy your tier 1 emotes, Malachi and
It's Lumi.
Lonnie Lightning and everybody else. You got Lumi with the Nom Nom Heart, one of our characters.
Yeah.
Nom Nom. Yeah. So use it to spread your love around other people's channels. Do whatever you want to do with it. Show your love in here.
Cats run the internet.
Cats run. I want to say the world. Honestly.
Yeah,
it's
they
the world. The cats run the world.
I don't know how,
It's
but they do.
ridiculous.
Gotta have a cat in there somewhere.
Dunkaroos and Capri Suns for everybody from the Lonely Lightning.
And also, Brownie points to Malachi for noticing our tier 2 sub, which is Faith. Is actually a reference to the UFO guy. Faith. And that is another one of our players.
Yeah. What's like that special tier 3 sub though?
Oh, that special tier 3 sub?
What's that like one that everyone kind of like thought was awesome?
Oh, Disapproving Lilith.
Disapproving Lilith.
Matt's girlfriend.
Matt's
What's the
girlfriend.
face she makes, Alex? If you could just kind of give people a peek at how awesome that is. No, I meant in the chat. Sir controls everything.
I was gonna say, did you model that?
I don't know how to make faces. It's the thing. My face just disapproving.
I will be back.
Hey, welcome back, Cronenberg.
Cronenberg.
The look of a
Cronenberg Jake.
disappointed.
Way to go, Morty. We Cronenberg the world.
Wait, what is Cronenberg?
Cronenberg is a director of film, and he did some body horror stuff that's really trippy.
Like what?
Oh dear.
God, what's the name of that movie?
You know, riding that line between art and offensive.
Oh, I forget the name of the movie, but it's about a freaking television channel that drives you crazy, and you start seeing things, and it gets weird.
That reminds me. News alert. Just heard it on the radio today. Amanda, guess who's getting their very own horror movie? Momo. That little internet monster thing.
Okay. She's based off Japanese horror stories. Like
take a nap after work.
it's a girl's head and a chicken.
No.
It's just like normal things, but everyone's making
Cronenberg
it
says that.
completely out of control.
Yeah, it's completely out of control. But they're making a horror movie, and we're gonna watch it.
Oh no.
that-
We can't do it on the stream because of copyright.
So, unfortunately, Jam, as a heads
Syndrome.
up, the way tiers work, each individual tier is a different level of sub. You have your tier 1, which is your standard $4.99 a month sub. Then you have tier 2, which gets you access to Faith, which is $9.99 a month. Then for that special Disapproving Lilith, it's $24.99 a month.
Yeah, we as we get more emote slots, they will be dropping up and becoming available for everybody. But we were getting ahead of the curve, getting 3 at a time. That way we're not like, oh, we have another slot. Oh, we need to come up with another one. Oh.
Yeah.
And we have more in the pipeline that we're coming up with.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we have a bunch of ideas. We took everybody's ideas and we had that poll. And so everything's good to go. We have an artist who will be able to pump them out for us. But we wanted to start by having, since there are 3 tiers available, we wanted to make sure that that you're not in a situation where you do so to us a higher tier and get nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And someone might just be crazy enough to donate.
Yeah.
And
So each one, so they'll drop down.
probably
as we
gonna happen. I
open
need
up
those
more tier
emotes.
1 emote slots.
Wow.
The Faith will drop to tier 1, and then Disapproving Lilith will drop to tier 2.
Yeah.
And we'll keep doing that as we get more sub points and are able to add more. And then you got your sub badges too, so don't forget about that.
Yeah,
Check those
and
little
sub
things out,
badges.
little dragons.
They actually turned out way nicer than I thought they were going to.
Dude, they're actually super awesome. If you actually look at Legendary Action Official, they're up to the 2nd tier.
Yeah. I would hope so. we
I hope so.
Yeah, we automatically count as sub to our own
so.
channel because we are our own channel.
Yeah.
That's a weird
Makes
thing.
sense.
If you go under your list of subscribers, if you have a Twitch channel and you get affiliated to where you have subscribers, when you go and look at your list of subscribers, your channel name is going to be at the very top. They count you as a subscriber. Well, I was thrown off at first.
Well, that's cheating, and I lost all respect. I'm totally doing a 180 on my last view.
But let's talk about our giveaway.
Oh yeah, and we are doing a giveaway for those of you that are new to the channel and don't know, and for those of you that have been here for a while and have it drilled into your brain. Feel free to get some friends in here so we can finally do the giveaway, and you can stop hearing about it, and we can give away all this cool stuff, such as. Someone want to take that from me?
Fudge. We are going to give you fudge.
We brought it back.
We are also going to give you 3D printed miniature heroes, a set of 5.
Yeah.
We are definitely going to go ahead and give you some cold bolts so you can start your own adventure. And I can't remember that cute
Umber Hulk.
little Umber Hulk great creature. But those are the monster manuals as well that you will definitely get. All we do is that if you do like what we're doing, please go ahead and hit that follow. As soon as we hit the 500 follows the next stream, we will definitely announce to everyone that, all you have to do is on that next stream, watch us, and then as soon as we're on our break, if you're at least a viewer, and then
A follower.
and a viewer at that time, just do your thing. We'll let you know about the command word, and then we'll put you in a pool, and then we'll draw someone else.
This book set, not only is it beautiful, but it also is only going to be available for a limited time. After Wizards finishes with this run, they said they're not doing more of that specific book cover type. Those are also not yours. Yours are in a sealed box for you.
Yeah.
We're not using it in the meantime.
Yeah, we're not playing with them.
Well, there's one more thing that just happened, ladies and gentlemen.
Lonnie Lightning, thank you so much for the tier 3 sub.
Beautiful emotes, thank you! Thank you so much. And now you can give us disapproving Lilith.
They love us.
Session
They
long.
really love us.
All session.
When this all goes horribly wrong.
All session when this all goes bad.
No, I'm going to disapprove everything.
We are expecting a lot of stress tonight when we start the game.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on tonight.
Malachi's requesting that maybe we get he would like one of the used books with all of our signatures inside.
We can do that.
We could do that in the future.
We'll sign something else. I'll come up with something creative.
The future.
I can't commit to anything right now because of budgetary constraints.
You don't want the
And
blood,
also
sweat,
being
and
told that
tears
live.
all over the player's manual that's been flipped through a bajillion times.
We'll have something signed, of course. Don't worry. I have an idea.
Maybe we'll just save that for a giveaway in the future. We'll do. We'll buy like a core book set, and then we'll sign all the books. And
something
and
like
do it
that in the
way,
future.
maybe.
Super cool.
Or a shirt or something. We do a shirt and I'll sign it or something. And
Dude, that'd be
we'll
dope.
work on it. It's a good idea though, Malachi. We'll think about putting that together in the future for
I
you.
totally have an idea.
We'll love that.
But now you all better go check out Lonnie Lightning and go watch him and check him out. It's well worth it, I promise.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Put it this way, I didn't know about this gentleman until Rowan dropped the Legendary Action in there, and then I was told about it, and I hopped in, and I was like, this man is amazing. I'm thoroughly enjoying whatever's going on.
I really like when you zoom in on your face for epic moments. That's one
Or
thing I
non-epic
really
moments.
enjoy about him.
Well, and I also his character's awesome. He's funny, and it's obvious he puts a lot of work and care into his channel. So that should be rewarded.
I was waiting for the whole time when I watched you yesterday. I was wanting to see your outfit.
She wants the outfit, all of it. She wants all the outfit.
I was like,
just donate.
is he going to show
attach a
his
message.
outfit?
Will
He
you
put a lot
just
of
stand
effort.
up and do a little spin for me?
This is my, this is me drinking cup.
It's my drinking cup.
That's what all me drinks go. It's part of place for him, really.
Cups usually are.
How big is it? Jammer1 wants to know.
How many ounces?
Is it big enough?
No.
Do you need a bigger cup?
Yes.
Yay! Monday outfit reveal.
Well, you know what that means. You better be there.
Oh,
Let me twitching and some stuff's going on in chat. This is great.
Yeah, no problem. No problem, Tibbs. Go
course.
switch up, man. Get back on. Get on that PC.
Yeah,
and
we'll
check this out.
just put everything on hold. Till
We'll just
you're
wall
done
pause.
doing
Wait for Tibbs. We gotta wait for Tibbs here.
it. Come on,
Let
Tibbs.
us know when you're you got everything handled.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take a vote.
It's a bit of big cup.
Take a vote.
We're voting?
Who's going to be the first to go?
Why are we always on a
Are
Deadpool?
we?
Yeah, Deadpool.
We're gonna
Yeah, a
live.
little Deadpool.
I mean, he's got a history.
Well, that's fair. For those of you who are unaware, Mike's character just came back from the dead recently.
For me.
He's
But-
not exactly in good health care at the moment.
I felt ruined.
But I think I might be in the running to beat. Mike has that
Hit all
negative
the healing
modifier
bell.
from
My
being.
things are
Okay, you hurt yourself for 6 health. Everything I do is with a -4.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like if
Basically-
my trend continues, I might be 2 out.
My ability to jump through a gap of 1 inch is -4, which means rolling anything under a 10.
Why are you jumping through a gap of 1 inch?
I'm showing how devastating this -4 is. All right, it's huge.
A gap? Oh, jumping over.
I'd be jumping over a chasm that's an inch long.
Okay, I thought you were jumping through, and I was like, Misty Step?
You're just gonna
2 votes, Rowan. I'm liking this trend here.
Man, I'm getting some use out of this email.
Yeah. No, I
I feel like you're gonna drop it into your chat.
Yeah, it's a
I,
Rip.
I'll have everyone at this table know she just cursed me.
I think the Warlock's going to
Oh.
I can't die.
Then you'll get a lot of really
Oh, now he can't die. What is this?
Can't die.
I can't die. I won't even be there.
You'll make a wonderful general in the Blood War.
If it looks like I'm about to die, I'm running.
He's gonna be back at Greencrest waving a flag. Have fun, guys!
Come back storming the castle.
If we're setting up a Deadpool really quick, we should go around the table and introduce ourselves and our character.
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah,
Let's
that's a
start over
great
here.
point.
Or do we want
Whoa.
to start over there? Let's start over there because we started
Let's
over here
start,
last
Mr. I Can't Die. I'm gonna run.
I am Matt McDonald. I'm playing Riken, the warlock, and he's a human. And yeah, a little bit of a coward. Just it makes sense. Keeps you alive.
I like to call myself Panda because Panda's awesome. I am Luminous Tear. I am a tabaxi rogue that likes to stab my companions.
Just the one.
Yeah.
I like to call myself handsome. My name is Alexander Mum. Mum's the word. Alex the Mum on Twitter. I play Hargraves. Mason Hargraves.
And is the receiver of said stabbings.
And the receiver of said stabbings. I'm a Goliath blood hunter.
Just the once.
And I'm awesome.
Once is way too many.
That is one too many times. You got me there.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Gillen Rawson, and I play Alfarius Axroth, a Dragonborn Paladin, a red Dragonborn Paladin. And my vote on this Deadpool is going to be Riken.
As long as she wants to win, so don't expect any help.
So join me in this session and see if my tuition comes true.
Hi guys, my name is Michael, or otherwise known as the Meta Mike. I'm also a variety streamer on Twitch. What he says. I really need to. I need to get that animation done. Just
Yeah, you need
Just the
stream rituals.
currently
Yeah.
divulging my life in the Destiny 2 with the occasional Rainbow Six Siege or Apex Legends. I play Thalen, the half-elf bard, who I honestly do believe will be the first one to die tonight. Because I just feel like a little something. I feel like there's an itch in my back that someone's just going. You're
Good
gonna die.
thing
I'm
we
like,
brought him back then.
he's got it in one.
Hi, I'm Rowan Doyle. I am also a streamer at Rowan Doyle, who streams all the same games that he just listed.
We're friends.
Yeah, kinda. However, I play Solas Dundigger, a dwarf cleric of Parathorn, and me believes no one will die, as I am bringing the healing.
That was wonderful, Rowan, but I do have to point something out.
Friends.
I don't know if you've noticed, but we're all on a stream right now, so we're all streamers.
Yeah.
You're not special.
As a matter of fact, it's not even a variety streamer. You just stream Rainbow Six all the time.
Well, it was great being a guest, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, you're up to bat, Lonnie. Let's see what you got.
We just need like some kobold off to the side with like a hook. You know, just like, oh, you're done.
Go play that music or whatever. The piano. Exactly. Get off the stage.
Get off the stage, boo! I need snacks so I can
But
throw it at
anyway,
the other players.
Oh,
Tibbs is back. Okay. So
Okay,
that's it.
Oh, perfect.
So we can start
we
now.
can start again. Okay.
So do we have anything else to go over? I think it's time to get into our this week's episode of Legendary Action.
I think Amanda
it's
was
time to
gonna.
start.
I think Amanda was gonna commit to Scaredy Panda tomorrow. Was that something you were
Is
saying?
that something
you were
going
gonna
on?
do?
If
Is
you-
Corvo in here to check up on that?
Yeah.
If you guys wish to see me yell and
Yeah.
screech in your ears, I do get scared quite often. Can confirm with everyone in this table.
often, it's every time.
I am going to be playing Outlast tomorrow. I am going to be getting scared. I am going to be playing at an earlier time so we don't disrupt our neighbors.
Oh, they'll still be disrupted, but they
Yeah.
can't do anything about it. Unless they think it's a domestic
Yeah,
situation.
way to sell that, by the way. You like having really uncomfortable levels of loud noises in
It's
your ear?
I'm glad Legendary Action
Tibbs,
on Saturday.
Tibbs and Corvo and Malachi all like, oh, you're loud.
Listen, let's put this into perspective. She gets jump scared by shit that's not scary and things that aren't designed to be scary.
I have opened my door
Yeah.
and she screams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we've
She's
all
a jittery
witnessed her
person.
randomly shriek at the table, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I said
Well, Fraser, I'd scream too if you came out of nowhere.
Oh my goodness!
See what he did there, Frank?
Nothing but fire on that side of the table.
Oh my god. Either way, you guys are ridiculous. So I think we're gonna start here right now.
That's a
We're
good
gonna go
idea.
right now. So we're gonna run the intro, and we'll see you guys in about a minute and 40 or so seconds. To yeah, we're gonna start now. Don't worry, I'm gonna hit him when we're off stream.
he's gonna do it.
Oh, hold up.
Can you hear us?
Sure.
Hello,
You've
hello,
got
hello,
like
hello.
an error popped up there, Fish.
Are you
Error.
blue right here?
Can you hear us?
Are you sure?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Bueller.
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 Alert, alert.
What are they saying now?
They say, yay, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
All go, yes. Okay.
Bueller.
No, we're good. We're great.
Never
Can
mind.
you hear us?
Say we're good.
We're good.
I'm
We're
just making
good.
sure.
We're good.
I'm just double checking things.
Did you close the error?
I don't know.
Close all the
Either way.
errors.
But
So last time on Legendary Action,
meanwhile, the Hall of Legends.
we find our
Sure.
heroes fighting an enormous battle against evil.
Yeah, against evil. So Lefay's undead army finally marched outwards to conquer the Central Vale to what ends, you're not really sure. But meeting face to face You thought at first you were overwhelmed and would be surely destroyed and crushed by the 8,000 or so more undead that had stood outside of the town ready to attack. When, luckily, reinforcements arrived from the nearby city-state of Breathorpe with 1,000 soldiers brought to you on behalf of a good friend of yours, or not necessarily a good friend, but a good associate, the Herc the Half-Orc, who owns the Dusty Dog Inn that you had been staying at, who recently found out he was, in fact, a noble's son, bastard son, but inherited his state as his father upon death no longer cared that he had fathered a half-orc. And then you were joined by the Wood Elves. Surprisingly, Nyrella and Shao, the Sentinel from the Silver Realm, they had decided to lend troops to the battle and to the effort, kind of stepping outside of their isolationist and xenophobic ways of approaching politics in the local region in the Central Vale. Sent 500 elven archers and soldiers and treants to assist in defending them, probably turning the tide, honestly, for the most part, in which you were then joined by all of your friends and associates, Thang, Kiamara Grimm, Amarith, Hannah, the mayor, his wife, but surprisingly, the Temple Knights sent from Teshare weren't present, and you haven't seen them since first setting eyes on them in the Blue Fairy Inn when you were approached by Barracus to make your new deal, which you agreed to take care of, assuming you survive dealing with Lefay.
Yeah.
So standing amongst this battlefield, catching your breath, exhausted after hours and hours of ceaseless fighting and unending battle, you finally have the moment to catch your breath. And then you see in the distance some sort of strange maelstrom or portal in the air in the storm that had been pushing outwards up till it finally fell back to this point, opened up above the Tower of Night. You're not sure what it means, you're not sure what's happening, but you do know that you had overcome the Wild Hunt, defeating its captain, its lieutenants, its commander, the Whites, and everything else that Lefay had sent you. So you are, in fact, victorious. Wounded and battle-worn, but still victorious. And now you have but to decide, with the limited resources that you have available, how to continue the siege and breach her citadel so that you can put an end to her before she has a chance to once again regain her strength or her composure or regroup her armies, as available information is actually fairly slim. You don't really know what the totality of her forces are or power is. You don't really know much about her in general at this point. So, jumping back in, as you stand among the countless dead in the battle, your allies standing nearby, Amareth, Thane, tired, exhausted, most beaten, bloodied, wounded, hundreds of scattered survivors and men-at-arms from Breathorpe and elves from the Silver Realm slowly but surely making their way back from the battlefield. Back to the town to receive treatment at the temple, or back to the battlements to gain rest and gain their composure. The cries from the wounded and many individuals who have lost their lives and probably will lose their lives very shortly, echoing into the distance as you look out across the wide open field. The arcane fire is still burning hot in the battlements where the trebuchets had tried to break a hole in your defenses. Also, the town, many buildings ablaze, as in certain sections the undead initially had gained the upper hand and broken through, invading the town. And the trebuchets themselves had fired several volleys into Greencrest, hoping to burn it to the ground to raise it. But the stench of blood and the burning bodies from those unfortunately caught by the attacks from the trebuchets permeates the entire air. Your hands covered in gore, bruised and battered. The thousands of corpses, zombies recently risen, is unnerving and hard to bear at the moment. You can hear the alarm bells of the town ringing, as you know that the civilians must be getting together and trying to put out these fires in these buildings that have been set ablaze, or trying to salvage what they can. And so, there you are.
Do we also smell the burning meat?
Yes, sure. The meat. Over all the dead and burning bodies and gore, you can smell steak. Whatever.
None of the dogs got hurt.
There were no dogs.
Oh.
So that's going to be a yes. None of the dogs are.
Yeah, you.
Just wanted to confirm.
Oh, we did it.
I didn't think we were going to make it through. Fucked up. All the men coming back from the dead and having to fight them back over and over. What was that?
I don't know. But it doesn't look like we're done yet. As I point to the Tower of Night, that can't be good.
Did anybody see if they were all coming from there?
That's where the armies came from. We know this.
Well, I think first we should try and tend to those who were injured in the battle.
Yeah.
We'll have to get with the mayor before we do anything else. See if he's got another plan of action.
Maybe get the forces we have left and try and push forward. We're not taking that alone.
Knowing what may be coming through that portal, we may need to.
We have to. It's not a question. They have to. They intend to survive, they'll keep fighting.
Well, wasn't there... I thought you guys mentioned that there was a way we had to sneak through in order to get...
There is a
in.
way, but it may be guarded, because it was used to escape. If we can, a force going through the front door and us going through the back
Probably
may-
the best bet.
would be a best bet.
Do we...
That's me.
Yes.
Okay.
You may need to turn it up a tad bit. It may be turned down from the other one. There you go.
It sounds like it's doing that same thing it was doing earlier.
It is. It keeps dropping in and out.
Pick it up and put it more towards the center of the table. Same with this one. Try to keep them a little closer.
Out here. Ah, the ambulance. It's really kicking in out here.
Where's all that noise coming from?
This is the sound of many of your friends
Just
falling
pick it
dead
up,
around
down.
Tell the babe to shut
barely
up.
coming out on top of a battle.
See if that helps. Get a little bit closer.
Please.
I don't know.
Do we know a way, like... Did anyone scout the area to see what it looks like?
No. We just have what,
We're never close to the tower.
we know where...
Well,
Yeah,
I
we never went close.
Well, I think it should be important that we at least try to not go too close, but...
We may not have the time. That portal is not good. If she's working with the Wild Hunt, I imagine that can only go to one place. And that's not good. Not good at all.
Well, then what should we do in the meantime?
What our leader said. We'll talk to the mayor. We can't dally.
And if you want those elves to lead you to the back, you should probably have them come along too, let them know the battle's not done. They're here to help, but none of this is worth anything if we don't take that tower.
I just feel like understanding what we're dealing with ahead of time might be good.
We don't have time.
Well, we can't go
We can do
today.
it.
We have to rest the soldiers, and we have to rest ourselves. So if we can find someone to go scout, we should.
I can do that. I was uninjured from this battle.
No, but that's pushing yourself really hard after this battle. You need to rest as
Yeah,
much
it's
as
early
we do.
morning. It's like I don't know, 4-ish a.m. or so. You guys have been fighting for about 10 hours straight or so, 9-10 hours.
If we rest,
Don't need to. It's fine.
if we rest now, we can make a break for it before noon.
It probably doesn't actually make a difference, but I would prefer to fight in the day.
I would prefer to get this done now. I don't want to imagine what could happen. We were gone months when we went to the Fatal Isles, and things drastically changed. Everything we didn't do or could have done made this either harder or easier. And I'm just worried about what we may be sacrificing the longer we wait.
Well, if the armies of the undead left a rear guard to guard their retreat, we'll run right into them. And if the men already been fighting hard, they're exhausted. The undead, they'll just keep fighting. They don't need rest. They don't need sleep. To them, they can be up for the next week.
They only retreated because we broke rank. They were ineffective.
Well, let's lead the way.
You all gather your stuff up around here. Collect any loose items you might have dropped in the valley.
Are you going to be?
head back and grab my bow and my crossbow.
Are you going to be joining us, Owen? Is Reginald going to be joining us?
Sir Reginald, he is a knight.
Sir Reginald.
And you will address him as
No, I should stay here and assist the wounded.
Can I take your broom?
No.
It just looked really nice.
It is nice. It's comfortable. I like it. It's mine.
Do you think maybe we can ride on it together sometime?
No. I don't think I know you well enough.
Well, we can get to know each other.
Maybe some other time.
I don't think she likes me.
She knows you.
Alligator did kind of like, oh, that's nice stuff. Can we be friends? You know,
I like it. The
So you
broom
got
that
your
flies.
you got your crossbow
Caught
back?
my
Yeah, I went and grabbed my crossbow, I went and grabbed my longbow, and I went and grabbed and filled my quiver back up from the notches of arrows I put down on the ground.
I'm just sat feeling my non-stone legs.
That's fair. You didn't turn into stone.
That's fair.
Margaret, you got everything?
yeah, I didn't really drop or lose anything except my fucking pride.
We all lost that. Keep going.
Lumi, you got all your arrows?
Oh, yes. I made sure to get those back.
You find anything good in those crates?
Oh, yeah! Can I switch your crates?
Oh my.
Sure.
No.
16.
Oh, what the hell?
You find arrows and pitch and supplies for fighting
Oh,
the
sorry.
battle.
Riken, your hand's
What's
still
that?
good? Still able to cast Eldritch Blast?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
So that's business as usual.
You turn to stone there for a minute. I fear the worst. Your best assets.
I think I'm okay now, but the stone, that was unnerving.
I'm honestly not that excited about the prospect of him ripping demons out of the ground.
Yeah, did you have to put them in chains?
Well, I mean, I could have let him loose. Would you prefer that?
Yeah.
Well, you kind of did.
A little.
There's a lot of things that we could have seen. Those helped us.
They also violated the Circle's laws. Very forbidden form of magic.
You know what?
Did it help or not?
Yeah, they hope this time, but every time you perform magics like that, there's a risk. It's dangerous.
Well, we can discuss that later.
Speaking of dangerous, I went to the. I know the general. Like when I killed him, he turned to ash, or like he.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
He didn't drop anything.
No.
But his lieutenants, though,
No, they're pretty much gone too.
they're pretty much gone too.
They all die the same way. The same way you killed him the very first time.
All right.
Basically, all they leave is the remnants of their armor and like the weapons on the ground and stuff. So I guess their weapons are on the ground.
blasted him away with radiance.
Why,
Those weapons.
do they look like a Riken sword?
Yeah, they all look the same.
I collect them up. These shouldn't be left in idle hands. We'll give them to the church.
Okay. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I say how I picked them up. I know better from watching fucking Riken. I'll make it though.
Well, I said pick it up.
My intent. 5 plus wisdom. 11.
11? Okay. Yeah, so you gather them up.
Careful with those.
Wrap them all up in cloth.
On the tail?
Let's head back.
Or did the mayor come out to the battlefield?
They're all there. Everybody's standing there.
Oh, okay.
Thane, Amareth, Tolvis, Misha, Shal, Nairella, they're all there.
Go to the mayor.
I follow suit.
Yeah, so you walk over to him. He's having a conversation with Herc. From the gist of it, what you overhear is they're basically more or less debating how long it would take to, like, draw in reinforcements, or if Breathorc would even be willing. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like Breathorc isn't willing to commit any more troops from defending their city-state to go outwards and do battle. So you basically have what you have, and they're having sort of a disagreement on how to approach sieging a citadel with so few men. But the mayor sees you approach. Wounded.
Yes, correct.
He's got cut. He's blood running down from his head. Been slightly bandaged. Well, I'm glad to see that you all survived. It was quite the battle.
Yeah, we were in the thick of it there for a moment.
I thought for sure that we were going to break.
Thankfully,
Close thing.
the enemies of the undead broke, and it gave us a chance to charge in and take care of the captain and the lieutenants.
Yes. Killing leadership has that effect normally. At least in real battles. The undead, though, don't necessarily follow the same sorts of rules and morale that we do. The chances are that they didn't retreat. We should know better than that. They didn't break rank and morale, they left. Lefay probably called them back to her citadel.
Well, they did have some form of rank. They had ghouls that seemed somewhat in charge, more intelligent undead that were leading the different squads, battalions, groups of soldiers. When those would go down, the lesser undead, such as the skeletons and the zombies, they would split up and rejoin other military groups. At least that's what I saw when we were out there. Something to consider. But the battle doesn't really seem over. The question is, what do we do now?
Well, it seems obvious to me. All we can do is... It seems there's no reinforcements are on the way. We have no choice but to either consolidate and retreat and hope that she doesn't have more in waiting, or we try to strike at her and destroy her.
It seems that consolidating and retreat would just be a short-term fix. If she's left alone to develop whatever the hell she's doing up there, it's not going to be long before her forces push way past the bounds of Greencrest.
So Hurt comes over, cleaning, using a cloth to clean the blood off of his sword, and sheathes it. Unfortunately, I have to agree. We have no choice but to try to find a way into the Citadel, using what we have at our disposal. We
Well,
can't hope for a large-scale siege, but we can hope to possibly get you inside.
We should sneak inside. We should take the advantage,
We
and I can help with that.
Her Tabaxi friend is intelligent. She figures this out.
may have a way.
Yeah, I stroke my scales. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. I'm waiting for you to continue.
We have learned of a way in.
Yeah, we have.
Damn it, Dylan.
With you, what we were discussing previous before we came up was we can head in through the back. while you attempt to siege the front, hopefully drawing all their attention there. We even know of a way we might be able to get rid of Lefay permanently.
But you still have to make it to her. Wandering through the Citadel is going to get you nowhere, except killed.
Well, as I understand it, we have someone here that's been fighting with us that's been there before. Made her escape.
We should go talk to them after this.
Well, what's around? Are they around? They're out. Everyone's out on the battlefield right now.
Is
Probably call her over.
I know, I'm trying to
Either
find her name.
it's I don't know.
With about 1,000 men at arms, it seems as though we have maybe about 400 or so soldiers of our men at arms left. And it seems so about maybe 200 or so of the militia here from Greencrest survived, giving us about a total 600 men at arms between the two. It'd be wise to find out how many elves survived the battle and how many Ents possibly.
I look around as Norella.
Yeah, they're there. You guys are having this conversation in about maybe a 10-foot space.
Okay, so Norella's here
Yeah.
as well. Norella,
Yes.
would you be able to help us using your memory that you gained back? Could you help us draw a map, another map, or even just give us marks, landmarks, and such that were in the tower to help us go where you were?
Absolutely not. But I'd be more than willing to go in with you. The Sentinels and myself can probably go inside. You'll need the assistance. Depending on how many are left, how many undead and other servants are possibly left inside the Citadel, you're going to need assistance. You alone won't be enough.
That sounds
An
good.
assault on two fronts.
Are you good with sneaky?
Our rangers are more than capable of getting you on the inside undetected.
Oh, so you can sneak me.
Yes.
We will need them more than ever.
Definitely gonna need all the tricks if you're gonna get me in there.
That's a valid ass point.
Chink, chink,
I'm not so
chink.
good at subtlety either.
I can barely walk.
Quick question. Who has the freaking cloak of Elvenkind?
It's currently on me.
Okay.
No, sorry, Amanda has it.
Who has it?
Amanda has it with the gloves of thieving. I gave her both.
Okay. You have it? Okay. Should
was-
probably give it to.
Hold on, let's
Should probably
He's
give
the
it to
one that
him.
gave it to me first.
hold on.
Yeah.
Let's watch the hand gesture of who had it. I had it, then you had it, then you point.
And then I pointed it and I gave it back to you.
Because
No,
he
you
died.
never gave it back to me.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. I gave it to Amanda.
There we go. That's it. That's the chain.
Yeah, because I gave it to Amanda
If we
with
want
the gloves.
she's already pretty sneaky. If we want to get this big tank of
So
mess
the
in
Cloak of
there,
Elvenkind does require attunement, so it takes an hour to attune to.
Oh, and I'm wearing the wrong armor, so I have disadvantage currently. Sorry. Which
if,
also,
if you don't walk, you don't take a stealth check. So I carry you.
That's better.
Plan.
do you know what? Phelan goes, yeah, my knees hurt.
If you don't walk, you don't have to worry about how stealthy you are.
Solus,
But I will.
Oh, shit.
Aye.
you ready to go on in there with us? How are you at like sneaking and like walking quiet?
Me as a dwarf. What we lack in size, we make up for in noise. So I'm much loud.
I like that. I can respect that, Solus.
Bunch of loud motherfuckers.
A dwarf, a few words and loud actions.
Anyway, so we are agreed then.
Yes.
The Rangers, myself, and the Sentinels will infiltrate the Citadel from the opposite side, using the path and drainage system, the sewer that I used to escape through to lead you up to the tower. I am familiar for most of the floors below, but I never did make my way up to Lefay's chambers and her throne room.
To be fair, also, if the other 600 men are a distraction, a very loud and obvious distraction, subtlety won't be completely necessary once we're inside.
I was always told
We're
it's
going to
good
have
to...
a large group, apparently, and we're all going to be fighting. They're going to hear us.
There's one more thing, too. We don't know the whole riddle.
Ritual?
Riddle to the ritual.
Do
The
we know-
martyr.
I thought we knew the whole riddle.
Martyr, too.
Well, we don't know what it means.
The tears of the
I
martyr.
abbreviated. I apologize. The tears of a martyr.
Would you know anything about the tears?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
We should-
What are you
Do
speaking of?
Do you know someone named Martyr?
No. Lumi.
Oh no, I'm not familiar with any human named Martyr.
There. We. Okay. Now's not
What
the time
about
for brevity.
Thane? Do you know anything? Did you have time? I know that Amarith went to see you before all this happened. She knew the ritual.
Yes, Amaranth did approach me. We had a short discussion before the battle outbroke, and she kind of updated me. As per our discussion, I actually looked up lore and some other interesting, dug into my books in my library and started looking for any sorts of connections I could find to necromantic magic and the deep practice of those evil schools. I looked into Enoth and looked for references to Lefay and history, and I did turn up some interesting research. It seems that Lefay was a extraordinarily well practiced and deeply skilled user of magic incantations and runeology. So, doing a fair bit of work on my own, I did develop a list of runes that you might be able to use to protect yourselves from evil magics or suppress them as you make your way through the tower. That would be direct counters to her deep magic. You'll have to use these to protect yourselves, possibly from any effects. I'm not necessarily sure what she's capable of, but I do know that wraiths drain the life from people, the same as shades and shadows. So I assume that just being in her presence alone will reduce your vitality. That's all I can guesstimate at. And as for the portal, or whatever's happening over there, my best guess is maybe she hopes to destroy herself and everything else with her. I'm not sure. I do know that it has to be. It most definitely is a portal, just from observing it this short amount of time. It must lead somewhere. Maybe she wishes to allow the rest of the Wild Hunt and their armies to cross through to the material plane. She has been gathering a lot of individuals and kind of looks at all the undead. These skeletons, mostly husks, not much needed in the way of magic to keep them animated. Same with the zombies and the flesh ones, the ghouls. She's collecting all these souls for a very, very purposeful reason.
Bring that up. I'm standing in the field of death right now. There's a slim chance it was a battle, so other gods have dominion. But you may be able to reach the Veiled Queen. Especially if this woman is hoarding souls. It's kind of stepping on some toes.
Either way, whatever she's planning is nefarious and needs to be stopped. We don't have time. I can't tell you for sure how long that the portal will stay open, or for how long it will take to open, or what will come out of it, or what might go through it. But we don't have much time. Maybe a few days to gather our strength and composure and go forward to destroy her. And Amaranth, I agree.
Well then.
We have to gather our strength. As for me, I leave for Bravardis. I wish you the best of luck in succeeding, and hope it comes to, but there are far more important things than this I need to attend to at the moment. So I'll be leaving.
Like what?
But Thane has agreed to fight alongside you and assist in fighting at the front gate.
Do we get both things?
Oh yeah, so Thane hands you guys pages. Each of you gets this. So it's basically a page. It has a magic rune on it, and it's a magic item. And takes a bonus action to cast the spell to suppress a magical effect.
I have pen. I have paper. Paper, pen.
Those are called notes.
Yeah, no.
Yes, notes.
And then you write words on them.
Yeah,
On
like,
paper.
You said
like
one
I have a
natural
rune
effect.
Yeah.
page that takes a bonus action.
Does it just like suppress it for a round or suppress
Yeah.
it entirely?
Just for a round.
Well, what does it just for magics? Just some
I don't know. You'll have to find out.
magical effect. Suppress magicness.
So let's not use
Yeah,
these all
rhymes.
willy-nilly like.
You guys will have to figure it out.
Quick cast spell.
Magic
Do we know what each of the pages
Yes.
say?
runes.
Yeah, they're just runes.
Oh, I thought it was something we say out loud, maybe.
Good call.
No, they're enchanted to do the effect as interpreted through the action using them.
Okay.
Just like almost all magic. So,
How does Thane look?
he looks fine.
I know he was in the battle.
He looks fine.
Is he short?
No, Thane's a pretty tall dude. He's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
tall. He's he looks like I think I described him before. He looks like he's about in his in like a human 30s or so, but most wizards well outlive their like put off old age and hold on to youth. They're careful with their magic, so he's at least I think 60. He looks like he's about in his 30s. He's got his black trench coat and his wide pointed brimmed hat and made of heavy leather, and he's got pouches. He's got his potions on him and spell scrolls and pouches and
Way more
his
than
components. Yeah. He was ready to go.
War.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have any idea of when we should go? Should we go tomorrow? Should
As
we
soon
go
as
the day
possible.
after?
Obviously, I told you it could be days. I would not push it any further than a few days of preparation. It will take at least that much just to get the soldiers ready to go and get supplies together in order to march on the Tower of Night.
We should march when the army's ready.
Yeah, it does us no good to run in there half cocked.
No. Plus, I need rest. Coming back from the dead and doing this, I don't know which way's up.
You look like shit. There were a couple moments where I almost attacked you thinking you were one of the zombies. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't blame you.
I look like shit too.
I'm taking the cake on this one.
I'll give it to you. You win.
Thank you.
This time. This time.
Well, I need a bed.
Before that, we should try to contact the Veiled Queen first.
Now,
Do as you please.
mentioning that, Solas.
Hey, there's your dog.
Solas, what?
Huh?
Do you have any magics left? I know you spent a lot during the battle.
Define magics left.
Like, I know some
Good work.
clerics learn rituals such as sparing the dying.
Aye,
Some
me to
light
do that.
healing.
Yeah, we have a pet-friendly environment, Patty.
Pancakes. Hi, pancakes.
There's a doggo and a cat somewhere.
Big Duggo.
Probably being angry because she's a cat. And cats are evil. That's true. Whatever.
Do we want to? This isn't a simple ritual. Do we want to try and make contact with the Veiled Queen? Send a message or ask a question.
I don't think that there's anyone who might know an answer to the bloody thing. It would probably be her. And if anyone's been slighted by Lefay, it's been the Veiled Queen.
So do we want to try this?
Probably not. Probably not tonight or today. Or a week in state.
That's the reason why it's perfect to do it today. We're not planning on fighting the Veiled Queen. We just want to have a conversation.
We want to ask if
Rather.
she'd be willing to help.
Rather, just me having a conversation.
So
If
there.
it's-
Either way, make whatever preparations you need to. If you need to commune or try to attempt to contact the Veiled Queen, personally, I think a waste of time myself. Be getting the troops ready together and getting a full count, an absolute count on the amount of manpower necessary and laying plans.
Yeah, it may be a waste, but we're in a dire situation, so we'll do. I guess we'll reconvene in a couple days.
A whole part of the ritual we don't know the answer to.
That's why I think our best bet is to ask someone who would know.
If she's inclined to answer.
We do not know unless we try.
Well,
I'll help you.
we'll go set up. You guys take care of what you need to take care of.
Are either one of you familiar with the rituals for contacting the Veiled Queen?
I assumed you were.
I was winging it.
I mean, how about you roll a history check to see if you do?
Am I familiar with the methods? Because I worship her and
And
stuff.
then using my last inspiration die, you need to know this.
What is it,
It's
D8?
important. D8. And there goes my last inspiration.
Whoa!
Oh,
Oh!
not good.
It's a big
I'm
not
a
help at all.
stupid Goliath. I'm a really stupid Goliath. So, I'm winging it. Let's see. And that would just be a general intelligence check or a history check?
Religion.
Religion. Oh, even worse. Nice. I'm a stupid Goliath. Oh, no, it's the same. 6.
If I'm proficient, can I help him?
No. Okay. He already made the roll.
I made the rule. I gotta live by the rule. I got a plan.
You know that normally it requires you to be in a state of some possibly, if you're trying to speak to her and not pray to her, normally it requires some sort of sacrifice, some sort of blood sacrifice, along with an oath. And some people have described as having to go into a state of near death and unconsciousness
That's exactly what I was gonna do.
and
Wing
to
it.
speak to her. But since this isn't her domain, a battlefield, you're actually not sure if this will work.
Yes, I'm not sure if it'll work. But the closest thing I can think of within like a day's travel.
One of us could willingly go down. Have you kill one of us, and we have a cleric here.
Well, that I was gonna do it myself.
Kill yourself?
Yes.
All right.
We're secretly talking about what this is gonna take. So
You're not talking to the mayor and everybody else.
No.
It's in a 10-foot area.
I'm already wounded. I'm near the brink anyway. May as well.
Are you sure?
I trust Solas.
I've been there once. I can go too. I'll go in your stead.
I guess that is true.
And I'm already halfway dead anyway.
It's always important to bring a friend.
We could both go and hope Solas brings us both back.
It's
Can
a
you do
lot to
that?
ask one. It's a lot to ask to bring back one man.
Currently, me can prevent both of your deaths if you happen to go down. However, me can't stop you from dying in any sort of way other than that.
Well, that's more than enough. I have a first aid kit. Alpharius knows how to treat a wounded soldier.
Being brought back to kill each other. I think this sounds amazing.
Welcome to
some of
our
us need-
channel, and welcome to D&D there, Patty.
She's like, whoa.
What did I step up
Well,
on?
on the
What did I
bright
stand up
side,
on?
you have practice at this, so you know exactly what to expect.
Yep.
It can be difficult to get people together to play. I understand it.
Well then,
I'd rather.
Oh.
So,
You know, whenever we talk
So what's
about
your
you,
guys'
we
plan?
always mention that you drive 2 hours.
what's the plan?
I think these two are going to kill each other.
yeah, that's the plan right now.
So the plan is, I'm at like 5 health anyway, and so we're gonna basically go down, Solas, kind of spare the dying, keep us in that state using that spare the dying and stuff, just keep us from passing on.
So the both of you are going to try.
Yeah.
Well, he wants to come with me.
I don't want to send a friend in alone.
We're best friends. Is this a
We just
Tassy's-
make a religion check.
better 19.
You're not sure that the Shatter Kai will speak to you both at the same time.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure that the shadow. I'm not sure that both of us are going to work.
So then one.
Yeah, and given you just came back, and you're still weakened from, passing on that border, you're probably the better bet.
Just stab me in the chest.
Well, I was going to wait till everyone
There are
was getting
gentler
ready.
ways to die, boy.
I was just going to choke you out till you went to sleep.
Yeah, less damage.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
You see me take my hat off and hand it to Alfarius? Alfarius, can you hold this, please?
Oh, are you going down?
Apparently.
We go and gather everyone when we're ready.
Oh, fine.
Jumping ahead, Mr. Delirious.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to burk him. Just close the nose, close the mouth.
Here, just grab one of these swords.
God damn it. Oh,
You just need to touch them.
No, I was like, you're gonna fight. You're gonna have a natural urge to try and keep yourself alive. Just go with it. And I stand behind him.
Okay,
Wait.
While they're doing this, what are the rest of you going to do?
Yeah. While you're watching this go on, this mess.
Oh my god.
Basically, we're just going to handle like 2 days of downtime activities. What do you guys want to do during these 2 days?
Ooh, 2 days of downtime.
I'm resting as many times
Well, I
as
know
I
you're
can.
taking long rests. Let's.
All right. That's
Well,
fair.
that's obvious.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to attune to the cantrip. I want to learn the cantrip.
Oh, learn.
What, weave strike?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like my important thing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna find a fucking broken sword that I can get a hilt from.
Okay.
Those are the two things I need to do.
Okay, what do you want to do, Ron? Yep.
Could I, with any other craftsman that may or may not be in the town, repair the siege engines for the frontal assault?
Well, we don't have any siege engines.
But the ones that the Wild Hunt was using.
The trebuchet?
Yeah.
Possibly. You'd have to see them.
Okay.
I'll let you make some checks. And what do you want to do, Reagan?
Me, I'm gonna try and talk to Lilith about the tears.
About the tears?
Yes.
The tears?
Tears.
I thought that's what they were doing.
He's
Well,
double
he
fronting
wants to
here.
talk to that
Going on
devil.
a different front.
He's
Oh,
going.
okay.
Yeah. With the fragment of soul in your sword.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it? That's what you want to do?
I mean, rest and then I suppose. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything other than
And you?
I'm gonna help the town
Okay.
with the injured
Okay.
and get close with the Lynn.
Okay.
One track mind.
Dylan?
Oh, day one, I'm helping out put out fires, like immediately. All right? I'm dropping off those swords. That first day, I'm putting out fires and I'm doing fire watch. Day two, I'm going back to the church. I'm going to help the wounded, making medicine checks.
Okay, so you're just going to heal him, right? Because you have lay on hands.
Yeah. Well, I mean, day two I will.
Well, I mean, if you guys don't rest immediately, you're going to get exhaustion. So.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I am going to get exhaustion. Yeah, that's fine. Town needs me.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I need to know how long you want to be up, because you get a point of exhaustion for every hour past your normal capacity.
Is it every
And,
hour?
and
I thought it
yeah,
was more than that.
it's every hour.
Yeah, it's every hour, but you make saves.
Yeah, so
Every
you make
hour.
the saves. So you don't have to take it if you pass the save.
Yeah, but the
So
save
I need to know how
goes
many
higher.
saves you need to make, and the save gets harder to pass for every hour. It goes up by 1. And it starts at a DC 11 for
Yeah.
con save, and then you add 1 for every hour past that when you make the initial save. So I need to know how many saves you want to make, because it takes a long rest to shave off 1 point of exhaustion.
Well, let's go 2 then.
2?
Yep.
Okay. Just make both the saves for me. So we'll make the first one at DC 11 and the second DC 12.
Ooh, DC 11, DC 12.
Yeah.
So what do you say? I failed the first one.
Okay, so you have 1 point of exhaustion, but you passed the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is not a big deal, because you can rest it off on day 2. Okay. I just need to know if you were going to end up going
Yeah.
into
4
the next
hours.
day.
Yeah,
with
near
one-
death.
Yeah, near death. Well, if you go too long, it kills you.
I know.
And you're talking to the Veil Queen.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to die?
Just let
Stay up the next 4 hours.
I willingly fail 4 times.
And so you wanted to try to repair the trebuchet, so that's going to take all of your time if you are going to do it.
Okay, so I can't help heal the town if I do that?
No.
Okay. And then they probably won't need me smithing, because there should be plenty of weapons and armor laying around. So yeah, that's what I want to do.
We'll
Okay.
probably also be using some of that talent to help fix the trebuchets and stuff.
And bring a bird back to life, hopefully.
Yeah, that's my whole point. Is
Yeah.
he's going to be, if he's doing that, he's going to have to,
And I'll help the little man with the heavy lift.
because there was an
Sounds
explosion.
good.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, if any aren't working order, you're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, and there's definitely value in that, so I would be helping him.
That's
If
what you
anyone's
wanna do.
wondering what I'm doing,
Assuming you come back to life.
assuming I come back to life.
Wait, I thought I'm done.
I thought we were sending him.
Yeah, I'm done.
After life.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Maybe she kills you both. Who cares?
If I just
Yeah.
go to sleep and I just don't wake up,
Yeah.
I sleep apnea the
Oh,
time.
God, you have an aneurysm, you just don't come back.
Most savage character death
I always
ever.
thought I was going to go out. I just never thought it was going to be like this.
In my sleep.
Stabbing
Quietly.
myself.
No.
Dude, you know what?
Alright, so that's what you want to do, spend your time doing that.
Yeah, I'm going to help out.
Alright, so then we'll handle your attempt to contact the Veiled Queen.
Yeah.
Deville Queen.
So everyone's gathered around.
Let's go to the Queen.
Got the mood set, the mood lighting.
I put my hat down
candles.
and I pull out my coin of Taiki.
Mhm.
And I grab it in my hand and I'm ready when you are.
That's the wrong god. As I stand behind him, you're gonna feel the urge to struggle. Go with it. And I start choking him out and holding him so he can't struggle against me in my massive arms.
Why?
I let it happen.
And then, because even if you want to let it happen, when you start suffocating, you freak out. So
It's a natural response.
it's a natural response.
Why are we trying to kill him?
Just follow along. You're going to be impressed.
Louis, stay back, Louis.
I let it happen.
Alright, so as you feel the tight, muscular grip of Mason's arm press into your windpipe, it starts to become harder to breathe, and your vision begins to blur as you feel it squeeze tighter and tighter, almost to the point where you start to become afraid that he's going to just smash your windpipe and just chokes you. And then you start to instinctively put your hand up on his arm, and he squeezes harder. And then there's no breath left in your body, and you start to fade to black, and you claw your fingernails into his arm and still yourself for possibly moving into the next world. At which point, black.
Oh, fuck.
As you die.
Dead.
Well, who called it? Who called Thalen dead?
He did.
I did.
Solas, watch over him. As I drop him on the ground.
Spare the dying.
Okay, yeah. So you cast Spread the Dying. And you come back.
Holy shit, what happened?
You died again.
I
Did it work?
I smack his head. Why are you doing this?
don't know. Out of character, did it work?
No.
I
Sure
would.
didn't sound
Do I roll a
Yeah, it
history
doesn't sound
check? First thing I do is I check my coin.
No, you died, dude.
You don't have your
Oh,
coin.
shit.
Nothing happened.
All right,
You don't have your coin, by the way. I have your coin.
you gave it back.
No, I didn't.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
I have your cards and I have your coin.
Okay, well, I need this back. I don't think that worked. Ah, my head hurts.
Again! Veiled Queen, someone is defiling your natural law. We need your attention.
Oh,
And I
fuck.
start strangling him again.
I'm not gonna win the strength contest, so it just happens.
Okay. So once again, as breath hits your body,
It's good for
you see blackness and you die.
Push that like spread the dying a little longer.
Put it like at the. Don't worry, I was thinking about this already.
Yeah,
As he's
I'm
laying,
dead!
As he's laying there dead, I'm like, Thalen, talk to her. Talk to her, Thalen. Get her attention.
As the last glimpse of air leaves me and my mind's going dim, I simply speak out in my own mind and just say, Veiled Queen, please hear my call. I beseech you to answer this question in a darkest hour to someone who has defiled your ways and spit upon what you preach.
Represent.
What you represent. And we need your help stopping it.
Make a persuasion check. set at DC 25.
Oh, persuade the fuck out of her!
Oh!
If anyone can do it, it's you!
Oh, I should ask for the shattered eye. Not her.
Fine.
Well, carry on.
It's pretty good.
I got it.
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
What's
17 plus what?
20 plus 11
-4?
plus 10, so 27 minus 4 is 23.
We sent the wrong guy.
I would like to hope for. He's getting that -4 because he's the veil and shit. So can he?
Can I take the -4 away? Can I roll inspiration die? Anything? Can I, like, in the last moments of my breath of hope, I give everything that I am to get the last motion of hope and roll an inspiration die for 2?
Can I cast guidance?
You wouldn't know this is happening.
You're right.
Oh my god!
You're still waiting to bring him back to life.
You're right.
Stabilize him.
Is there anything I can do? Hold up. Anything?
Sometimes
You can't take actions when you're dead.
No, but feats? Features?
You're
Something?
I don't think they really design a whole lot of like death.
It's
So, luckily you hear a voice.
Alright. Oh god, this can't be good.
Sounds like the voice of a woman.
Oh shit.
And you realize you're standing in the same field, the same battlefield. You see that everything is different. Everything is almost wispy with black, kind of almost smoky coming off of everything. There's motion blur to the way you navigate through and look at everything. You see everybody around you still standing nearby. Shadows of themselves, no definition. But standing in front of you about 10 feet away, you see a tall, slender, elven-looking woman with pale skin and especially pointy ears and long, dark black hair. She has leather gloves and tight leather bodice and clothing. She has a sword and a deep purple cloak with fox furs or maybe wolf fur that is around the collar. And hanging from her neck is a medallion of the Veiled Queen in her image. And in one hand, she has a raven, which caws at you. You hear in almost a hushed tone, "Speak. Speak your peace.
Fuck!
I am Shatterkai, and I will hear your pleas."
Shatterkai, there is a being that is beyond death and is bringing the undead back to life and is threatening the very existence of the world itself in the realm, in the human realm, or the ethereal, no. What's it called? Out of character. What's it called?
Material?
The material realm. We have a way to stop her, but we do not know the answer. I come seeking your guidance and help in this quest, as we do not know who to ask.
So she reaches up and touches the raven. She kind of just leans into her. She looks back at you. What help do you need?
The answer to magics. This spell that requires 3 components. We know of 2. We do not know of 1. One completely is clouded, and we do not know the answer. We are looking for the Tears of a Martyr. It is a spell that requires, out of character, Matt.
Components: God's Sage,
We need God's
piece
Sage,
of the a piece of the Banished,
Piece of the Banished,
something despised by the target, and the Tear of a Martyr.
the Tear of a Martyr, and finally, something that Lefay hates with everything that she is. We know of the first 2, but the Tears of a Martyr and something that she would hate, we do not know of.
And what would you give the answers? The Veiled Queen does not appreciate those coming to her with nothing to offer. I require something. We require something for our assistance.
And, oh shit. I came here with everything that I am, and, you know, I came here with nothing but myself. So it seems all I have to offer is myself. I died once, recently, and got brought back. If the key to stopping her is me, is all I have to offer. I don't possess anything else that I believe you or the Veiled Queen would care for. I am but a bard who writes stories, and a terrible singer at that.
So she lets the raven go and flies away, and she walks forward and just reaches up and grabs your neck and begins squeezing. You have nothing to give, therefore you receive nothing, and she tosses you out.
All right. Okay, I'm gone, I'm guessing.
You're still dead.
All right.
You're just
I
not
don't
there
like
anymore.
tired of this. I'm like,
Yeah, so how long are you waiting? Because you have spare the dying is what, a minute?
A minute.
Yeah, so
58 seconds.
So it's approaching the edge of it now.
yeah, like right at like the cusp, like 58 and a half seconds, you know, like one dwarf, two dwarf.
I also start to panic. I'm like, so it's what? How smart are you? I lost count.
Yeah, boom.
Right. So suddenly you find yourself awake. And you remember, you can hear the voice as you hit this light and break that barrier and come back. You just hear, you have nothing to give as you come back into consciousness.
Is it? One moment.
What, can I cut your tongue?
No, Goliath got my throat. Out of character, that's the only thing I remember.
That's it. That's all you remember is that phrase.
I was told I only remember a little bit. I was told I have nothing.
Sounds about right.
Well, a hard rate. That's you said we needed like a blood sacrifice.
What could we? Do we need to give the Veiled Queen something? What can we give the Veiled Queen or the Shatterkai?
How many times are you gonna knock on her door?
Maybe one more, and hopefully I don't die permanently.
Wouldn't that just bother her?
Probably.
Would annoy me. And I'm not a god.
A blood sacrifice. Pretty.
Can I roll a history check?
Do whatever you want.
Oh, you son of a
Do
bitch.
what you want!
I would like to roll a history check
Uh-huh.
to see if I've heard any stories or things like that of people offering. What people have offered to the Veiled Queen.
You're looking for personal anecdotes that you come across?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
History, correct?
Yeah.
22
22?
minus 4 makes it 2019.
People make offers.
18.
They just make offers of their soul or of the soul or of material, wealth, goods, donations, servitude. You're not really sure. You've never believed people when they say that they've spoken to her. You've never had any reason to.
I have to offer something up. Whether it's us doing something for her.
And she's also a huge fan of secrets and information. It's part of her domain.
Oh, shit.
Perhaps.
Ooh, the information about the book we have? About the book that
Perhaps if I give you this
Wizard Club?
religious pamphlet of mine.
Be sure to peruse the text here.
Have you heard about the gods?
Leviticus 12:15.
I prefer page 1, Taylor.
So,
Is
we
the
could
cat
offer
warm?
her. Maybe we could offer her the soul of the Fae. We have a portion of it. Once the spell is done, we might have the whole soul.
A worshipper and emissary of the Formless One.
Oh fuck.
Remember, she's a direct opposition from the Formless One.
Yeah.
Right now, it seems like Lefay is probably his greatest servant.
What about knowledge?
Secrets. What secrets? Secrets
The book.
and fate and what?
The book that we traded. They have it. If she knows that they have knowledge.
That's not ours to give. And it's not a book, it's a stone.
The stone, yeah.
Stone of what?
The Zen Stone.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's in the wind.
Well,
we
that's
can't,
the
we can't
knowledge.
offer something we don't
Yeah,
have.
yeah. But if it's
Perhaps we-
knowledge, and if she knows they have it, we know their names. We can just give them their names.
We'd have
Their
to.
occupation?
We have to offer it. We cannot offer it.
Their home address.
That is not enough.
Stalks them.
I know where it's at.
I can tell you what information is. I can't tell you what it is.
If I go back, I only have one more shot before I'm not doing it again.
And
Probably
someone
shouldn't
else
even
can
do it a third time, but I'm doing it anyway.
Someone else should do it.
You
How about
can-
you?
Nope.
Maybe you should give him your sword, like as a down payment.
So,
Secure the fourth
so
rule.
you worship her, but not directly. You've never been a patron of her temples or her.
I'm not like a cleric or anything. It's just we observe her.
Well, everybody observes her,
Yeah,
so it
we-
puts you in the same line as everybody else.
Yeah, we put her.
But the difference
Well, that's-
between a general observer and somebody who actually worships her is somebody who follows in her footsteps, preaches her tenets, and attends her temples. So, but you two are both devout worshippers of gods and studied in religion texts and all of them. Because even though you both, Taylor gives you power, Parathor derives your power to you. As a cleric, you study all of the gods in the greater in the pantheon.
Absolutely.
In the prime pantheon. So you know probably more than everybody about her, about most of the gods, other than
Nerd.
possibly Taylor.
Solas.
I was jealous.
Do you know of what we may be able to do? Have either of you studied the Veiled Queen?
I haven't studied under her directly. Some of her guidelines are a little shrewd from what I follow on her Taylor. But souls might know.
Or if
Can
we
I
have
make a religion
valued
check?
possessions.
Yeah, you can.
Uh, 13.
Realistically, there is a strange amount of kind of misinformation into her personally and her motivations. She has been described as being like a fragmented personality of multiple people or things combined together. So you're not sure if trying again is in everybody's best interests. If her Shatter Kai feel like you're basically being arrogant in your ability to reach out to her, she may take a toll somewhere else down the line, or may punish somebody in the afterlife or hold a grudge. There's basically more or less everything that most people know about her. She can be irrational and inconsistent about how she handles these sorts of affairs.
Solas strokes his beard for a little bit. Thanks. And turns to you and goes,
Beard.
what did the Shadow guy say again? Verbatim.
The only thing I remember is... Oh, fuck.
You had nothing to give.
I had nothing to give.
Well, methinks the Shadow guy speaks true. You had nothing, which means we have nothing, which means you need rest. And that is all you can give right now.
Alright. Alright. Fair enough. I will trust your word above all. You know more about it than I do. Well then. Let's never do that again.
Choke him again.
It's just really
You're
weird.
always enjoying the quiet.
See,
I mean, if methinks anyone should go, you have plenty of secrets, friend.
Ooh. Oh.
Don't try and fight it! We need more blood!
I have nothing to give to a silent god.
Well, I mean, you got the sword. Offer that.
We're gonna need it for the ritual, aren't we? A piece of the banished.
Oh, just tease him a little bit with it, like a deal. Just tell him, like, oh yeah, you want something? Well, I got a little piece of this. I'm trying to get the whole thing to give to you.
Alfarius, you know as much as me does. Not a good idea to tempt a god.
We're not tempting. We're striking a deal. Like I said,
I've had enough
a
of that in
deal.
my life. No. I have no intention
Oh,
of
come
going
on.
there. I have no intention of crossing the veil. None.
We'll bring you back. We brought him back twice.
Maybe.
I would like to point out
I would
that
hate to try.
it'd probably be a bad idea. Like, as it's true, it does have secrets. But while he has a deal, there are certain forces of the universe that might try and set things right.
I have no intention of dying.
The only thing I have to offer is my curse that I observe in service to her.
Come here.
But that's not much.
talking to the stray dogs.
Come here.
Anyway. So, are we just abandoning it then?
I don't know. I don't think we have anything that we could pay to her that would warrant a third trip.
Nobody's got any juicy secrets? Knowledge?
Knowledge. Beds are comfortable and warm, and I'm tired. Good night, everyone. Discuss this amongst yourselves, but I won't be dying tonight. And I head off to the Dusty Dog.
Javelin of lightning.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fuck! No! Don't do this!
You're tired, bro!
Out of character! Don't do this!
Don't do that. In character, I don't do this. I don't do that.
Yeah,
I think
I
it though.
hope so.
I think it though.
You gotta think it real hard.
Riken's noble sacrifice.
And for
Nothing but a
just a
martyr.
moment, you feel a great deal of animosity coming in your direction, and you're
Yeah.
not sure why.
I'm pretty sure why.
So you guys finished with your attempts to contact the Veiled Queen? At least for today?
Yeah.
I don't want to go knocking again.
Okay. So then we'll go into basically fast forwarding through the 2 days of downtime. You guys accomplish basically everything that you want, and your lay on hands becomes pretty much invaluable. Just don't forget you do have 1 point of exhaustion that you need to take off right now. So on, off, whatever. We'll just for formality's sake, we'll just say it went on and off. You do manage to help them reconstruct and save 2 out of 5 trebuchets that are all that's intact.
Two's better than none.
Much better.
You help them rig and develop a system for traversing them and moving them, and getting them the necessary equipment for transporting them via ox. You, try as you might, cannot break through that barrier. She just, for some reason, finds you unnerving as a person. And very, very up in her business. She's not cool with it. She constantly kind of you get this feeling that she's always talking about you when she's talking to Reginald, and but you're not always sure, and you
She's just so interesting.
yeah, she's so interesting. Yeah. But she allows you
She
to
can
assist
talk
her
to
in healing some of the
animals.
people and applying the medicine and helping the sick and wounded.
Changing bedpans, all that dirty work.
Helping out as much as I can.
You!
And did you want to attempt to rest first, or were you going back to the Dusty Dog to try to contact Lilith?
Yeah, I was gonna do it in my room.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom,
In
boom.
secret.
So,
Riken's talking
I can
in
see him
his
on the way
room.
back.
No, this isn't gonna go well.
I just take a seat on the bed and kind of just focus out and try and see if she responds. Like, I don't know how it works really, so
Lilith!
if you're there, I need to know what's the tier of a martyr? How does it work? Do you know anything about this ritual? Or am I going to sit here talking to myself in the fucking room? Fuck.
the latter seems very likely. No, so you hear her, and then you look to see her sitting on the edge of your bed, kicking her. See, that's
Tune
why
in
she
tomorrow
wants.
night,
Yeah,
folks.
tune in tomorrow night for more of that. I'm sorry.
It's not so scary. There's people right there.
You're not alone!
The best is when she accuses me of sneaking up on her when I'm talking to her as I walk through.
I've
the
straight up
studio.
done that. I've literally
You know.
came from my
Put
room.
She's
your
like, don't
arms
sneak up
over
on me. And
there.
I'm like, I
So
was literally
sorry.
talking to you as I walked through. Either way. So, you turn and see her in her white dress and just kind of kicking her feet. And she has this like dead flower in her hands that she's kind of picking the leaves, the petals from, and just like dropping on the floor. And she's kind of giving you this look, like she's very upset at you. It's just, Riken.
Disappointing
When
level.
will you learn? How many weeks has it been now since I asked you to do me that very small favor? And here yet it is again. You come to me having not accomplished it. And not only that, but borrowing my minions, which I generously give you in the hopes that you will come around and just do what I tell you to.
I'll do it tomorrow night. But I need the answer.
The answer seems fairly simple to me. It's the eye of a martyr. You need a physical tier of somebody who's willing to sacrifice their lives. And somebody who does it out of the kindness and goodness of their heart and not because they know it's what's expected of them. It has to be in a situation where they believe they are doing everything that is right without provocation or direction.
Well, I'm glad
Which
I'm
rules you out and most of your friends out. So hopefully you have somebody else.
We'll see. We'll have to discuss on that. I'm a little disappointed it's so literal. I suppose I should have seen that coming.
Don't forget to talk about the banishment part. We need some shades.
As long as you're here.
Mhm.
Any ideas on something that Wraith hates?
Why are we focusing on whether or not it's right?
Lefay, whatever she is now.
I'm not really quite sure.
Alright.
Listen, the undead hate being alive. Maybe they hate the representations of such things. Or maybe they fear being in the light.
Alright. Seems simple enough. How do I get in? I still have your minions on call, I assume.
You can utilize the one that was promised to you to get you through. The rest of it is up to you.
Okay.
The blood of an innocent. Put the runes on the artifact and let it do its work. And then wait for further instructions.
Tomorrow night then. Is there anything else you want from me?
At the moment, no, I don't think so.
My sister,
Whatever.
she's safe?
How should I know? It's not like I keep track of your extended family and family members for you.
I just don't believe you.
You don't have to believe anything I say. It doesn't matter because I control you. It's not required to go both ways. That wasn't the deal we made. I let you live, as opposed to turning you into a mindless servant. Gave you power in order for you to meet ends that I'm not capable of achieving here on the physical plane. And then that one other thing as well. That's for another time.
Fine.
Your life is mine. I let you live, but only as an instrument and an extension of my will here on the material plane. If you have any fantasies of doing anything other than what I tell you to for the rest of your life, you're sorely mistaken. And I'm getting to the point now where I believe I've given you far too long of a leash. So let me put it very plainly. If you do believe that your sister possibly could be alive, if you continue to not do what I tell you, she won't be. She gets up and comes over to you, and she grabs your hand, and she just pats it. And after she touches it, you see your hand kind of start to change. It starts to extend and become twisted, and starts to become almost fiendish in its nature. The claws start to grow out, and there's sort of this strange orangish glow. And you see your weapon sort of begin to manifest in the hand in the shape of a large, flaming sword. And it returns back to normal when she lets go. That's only a preview of what I expect of you in the future. You belong to me. And that's it. Do we understand one another?
At your service.
That's what I thought. She just kind of skips away, and then she's gone.
Flop back on the bed. Out.
Yeah. Okay. So, 2 days passes.
Damn.
And you guys end up reconvening in the center market square with the aforementioned troops, the hundreds left. The Wood Elves surprisingly fared much better than the rest of the army, as they were used as a flanking and shock measure, only having suffered maybe about 100 or so casualties in total. And that gives you your army, ready to march out to meet Lefay. They only await a direct order or confirmation from you all that it's time to move out.
By the way, Andy, what was the name of the spell? The cantrip?
Weave strike.
We strike.
And then, if you have it handy, could you send me the info on the spell?
Yeah, I'll have to send it to you at break.
Alright, that's fine. Because I'm going to make an actual, because we're using D&D Beyond, I'm going to make a custom spell for it and throw it in there too.
That's fine. So,
Comes to great play rate. Should be good bullets.
So-
based on these.
oh, I forgot to let you guys know that. No, never mind. Never mind.
What don't we know, Andy? What don't we know?
What happened?
What happened, Andy?
We meet up. I feel like something happened. We don't know.
I just forgot to
You
delete.
feel that?
I just forgot to delete that. That was a rough draft. So,
You feel that electricity in the air? Something fishy is afoot.
either way, so
Where's Riken?
Yeah, so
Do you guys-
we finally meet
Yeah.
back up in the square.
Well, Solos and I were able to get 2 of the trebuchets going, thanks to his handy smithing. 2 trebuchets is better than none, as I always say. Well, I guess it's the first time I've ever said that, but it's something. Should help. 1 tower, 2 trebuchets. We're winning.
It's like the opposite of 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, exactly. See,
2 stones, 1 bird.
we've been getting to know each other very well. We're working like a well-oiled machine, like a trebuchet.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Very highbrow humor.
Well, through my red dragonborn nature, I was able to help put out most of the fires. And through the power of Taylor, a lot of these town folks were healed, along with some of the soldiers.
But we still have a problem. We don't have the solution. We're just going to try and wing it with a spell. Doesn't seem like something we can take a chance on.
Lumi, what you accomplished in 2 days?
I helped out here and there. Mainly hanged out with the Lynn.
Handy cat.
Yeah, I saw her just the other morning. She was in a bad mood.
Oh, it's okay.
Did you guys have a really rough time, taking care of people?
No, it's just we're working on our friendship.
Trouble in paradise, huh? Ryan, can you do anything productive? Rob some children or something?
Jesus, what makes you think? All
I
right.
don't know. Summon any more, infernal beings into this plane?
So many. This place is overrun. You'll never know where they are and when they'll hit you.
Ugh.
I take that quite serious. I'll know.
He would know.
I'll know.
He'll know. And are there?
I detect evil and good. Are there?
Everything seems normal.
Exactly. No.
Remember, it's your responsibility.
Well, you do that one more time a day.
No, I
Later, man.
just rested and
We appreciate it.
spent some time in the temple.
I have an email for that now.
I spent some time in the temple.
We all did, didn't we?
Well, that's a good change of pace, right? Did any of the Pantheon really take your fancy?
No, I don't think they did. Sometimes you just need to try, though, right?
Yeah, sometimes you need to be the one to open up communications. Can't leave all the work on the other side.
Got a strong point. Maybe I'll be spending some more time there.
Did you talk to him over the past couple of days?
Well, I think he's finally turning a new leaf.
A new leaf.
Maybe we finally saw what true power was out there on the battlefield. The power of Taylor.
I must admit, despite my cynicism, it was impressive what you managed to do out there.
Do I buy this bullshit?
I would. I have an intelligence of 8. Phelan, how was your 2 days?
Well,
How many long rests did I get in? Let's check
my
that.
insight is ruled by wisdom
All right.
with a +4.
There's 24 hours, man.
I'm very
long
insightful.
I'm on that for
Well,
one
then you
second.
would know the last comment was definitely true. I am impressed.
-2
He hasn't lied about anything. He spent time in the temple and he was impressed about the fight.
I hate you.
I hate you. So, Lynn runs up to you guys.
Oh, Lynn, you look like you're in a much better
She
mood.
comes over to Altharius.
I agree.
Altharius, before you leave,
Oh, so good to see you again.
I managed to whip these up for you before for your journey. It's unfortunate I won't be able to go, but I felt it was necessary to look into the disappearance of the dragon in the meantime.
What was she giving?
She hands you 2 potions of greater healing.
Oh my goodness.
You can do that?
Lynn, this means so much to us.
I just, I wish you the best of luck.
That's definitely not going to work.
And you're saying you're going to go check out that dragon?
Yes, I'm gonna go look. I think it's important. It seemed for it to have just disappeared from its lair seems strange.
Well, yeah, it's turned off
Maybe
right
it
now.
caught wind because, I just recklessly throw these great potions around.
Right.
Probably caught wind of what's going on around here. Decided to beat feet.
Possibly. I'm not really sure. Maybe, or either that, maybe it was wounded and just needed time to heal before it moved on, or maybe it was looking for something and found it and left.
Oh no, I mean it close to a land.
All the way down?
Yeah, all the way down.
This is
That
the
giant
wild
sky worm fled.
Oh.
Just reaches up and she pats you on the fucking
Oh,
head.
Rub my nozzle.
Either way, Sir Reginald and I will head out as soon as possible.
Now, where is the mouse?
I actually left him back at the temple. He's running around. There's lots of scraps of food in there at the moment.
Give him my regards.
I will.
Bye, Lynn.
Why you? It's just very flat.
You know,
Hope I
Thanks
get to
for the
ride
help.
Hope I get to ride on your broomstick one day. It's
We'll see.
don't
Maybe.
don't take it personal. I traveled with her for a little bit. She was really working on her interpersonal
And everybody
skills.
else. Even though I haven't really had a chance to speak to you. Best of luck.
May Parathor guide you.
As much as he can.
May Taiki grace you with a little bit of luck.
I've had nothing but bad luck since I've met you all.
I think that you're just looking
Especially
at the
you.
bad. I think you're just focusing on the bad sides.
You died.
But I came back. That's good luck.
Yeah, I see. That's
Positivity.
strange. Anyway, so she's like shaking each of your guys' hands, like with both hands, like vigorously. Just no.
I just look.
Good luck.
As she's shaking my hand, I just look around. And, you did that.
I tried to. No.
No.
No way, not a handshake. My hands are full. Owlbear hug.
You pick her up. She's like, "No, put me down."
One small squeeze away from snapping her
Yeah.
spine.
that tiny frame, that little person. It's like, fine. She kind of straightens out her hood, bare hood, and goes back and turns around, and walks away, heading towards the temple again.
Speaking of healing, Thalen, you look much better.
I got this thing called rest. I feel like I could almost run without a limp.
But were you able to decipher more of the riddle? Your words, guy. Able to figure it out?
No.
The tears of the martyr. It's literal. We'll need an actual tear from someone willing to martyr themselves for the greater good.
Well, that seems like it's always Thalen. Would that work?
No,
I'm too willing, I think.
he wants to martyr himself for a story in his own legend. Hardly
No.
selfless.
Well, not my own legend. More, yeah, he's right. Not my own legend, but it depends. Honestly, I do it because I don't feel like there's another choice. But I do feel like I might gain some fame, so I'm probably out of it.
A real martyr.
A willing martyr.
A willing martyr. Someone who will simply go out and die for the greater good.
Well, I think this is going to be really rough. We're going in there with elves and stuff. They're generally not the touchy-feely type.
Even a selfless sacrifice may not cut it. It's gotta be pure. Probably gotta be me.
Isn't if you can't like know and do it for a purpose, doesn't that rule everyone out that knows about the riddle?
No, you have to be willing, right?
Yeah, you have to be willing, but if you know that's the solution,
You're doing it for a good cause. You're not doing it for fame. You're not doing it for fortune. You're not doing it to gain power. You're doing it because you want to save the people around here.
There's going to be a pile of people in that room when we're casting the ritual, and maybe it'll just happen.
maybe it'll be from the enemies. Maybe someone will be willing to die for Lefay.
Aren't the enemies undead?
most of them.
Well,
You're
how about
forgetting
that?
about
Well,
one
how
of them.
about that good guy?
Remember that there was that, you guys were talking about that wood elf that went nuts about his sister and was talking to
that
himself
guy.
and following her around?
I don't feel like he wants to do any good.
If he tries to sacrifice, a martyr is a martyr. It depends on what your cause is. So if his cause is to save Lefay, the nonsense cat might actually have a good point.
All right.
I guess we're left with no other choice than to hope things just work out.
What about the other piece? Something she despises and hates.
Well, as a general rule, undead will hate the light, as I look directly at our cleric. They hate Parathor and everything he stands for, don't they?
Aye.
Seems like we have it covered then.
Worst case
Something she hates? Him.
Worst case scenario, we'll just have Lumi try and make friends with her. I think we're good.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you stabbed me, and then Lynn didn't really seem to like you very much. So, seems like a trend.
No, she's just.
We.
Maybe she just doesn't. I've heard stories that she talks to animals, and some people see me as an animal.
I get that you like her, but I think that's really one-sided. Anyway, we're burning daylight.
Let's move. We have an army to follow. And a Tower of Night to raid. Oh, dear Lord.
Ooh, can't wait to see what Norella does. I'm gonna go with her.
I guess on your command, leader, rally the troops.
First, I need to do an inspection of my troops.
I'm going to meet with Thane and make sure the ritual is prepared. We're all going to need... And you should come too.
All right.
You should come too.
We should all come at that point.
Yeah, we should all go. We're all going to be part of it.
That's fair. But the three of us have the capability of
Magic.
magic. You do too, I suppose.
Kind of.
We should all know what to do if it comes down to it. So yes.
Yeah, that's a point. Some of you guys might fall, so everyone needs to know how to step up.
It's going to come down to me and Solus. When it comes to concentrating on the spell, it needs to be somebody with a religious background.
I never suggested I was going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know about that kind of stuff. I'll just distract.
If I need to do an inspection of my troops, I start with Solus. I go up to you. You got all your gear, trooper?
Aye.
I pat you on the shoulder. You got your helmet? Do you wear a helmet? What do you wear?
No.
What is your armor?
Helmet would hide beard.
No, a helmet would protect head.
And that's what threads are for.
That's right, huh?
Keeps out the cold.
Really crusty dreads.
Cold armor. I like it. I lean close. I hate the cold, too.
Aye.
Keep up the good work. I go to Thalen,
Yes?
my bard.
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
You see me pick my hat up from my little clip on the belt, put it on, and absolutely.
There's strength for you.
-2 is better than -4, he says.
I feel a lot better. I think the choking might have done the trick. I don't know.
Don't get used to it.
I just gave our bard a new fetish.
Wasn't the first time. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I was like, what makes it new?
I don't know, he just didn't seem all that into it when I was doing it before.
You're little big.
I just don't think you reached low enough.
Now we're going to switch the tone. Tell me more.
Tell the group more.
You see me pull out a...
No, don't do that. Don't.
No.
Not now.
No, you actually see me pull out a rather okay-ish looking hilt with that seems to have a little rough etching.
Hilt.
Hilt.
I
I
thought you
pulled
said-
my hilt out.
I thought you said kilt.
No, I pulled my hilt out to show everybody.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
You see me spin the hilt as you see almost like the wind itself whirl around and create a blade. I think I'm ready. Plus, I want to try this out as I put it away.
All right. As I hand you one of the potions of greater healing.
I'm going to do that.
I go to Hargraves.
I have to just sit through this.
It's fun. Trust me.
I don't.
Never been inspected before? Before battle?
No, it's just if you make it back, you make it back.
I'm leaning close. You almost didn't make it back. As I hand you a potion of greater healing.
It's been a trend. You know, it's almost embarrassing, but I'm not going to refuse it.
You got all your gear with you?
Everything I need.
Are you ready to transform this time?
Yeah. I don't know how much good that'll do, but I guess so. If nothing else, I'll be a distraction. Keep an eye out for werewolves popping up. Apparently that's the only thing I can deal with.
We're going to need you to keep an eye out in there. Especially if any of this sort of bad omens or these evil curses start coming upon us. I think you got a real background on that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I do, but this will be very unique. If anything, I might end up taking notes.
At the very least, give us some advice for these runes protection.
Don't lose it. Don't get overcome with fear, and keep your wits about you. That's one of the biggest things. You get feared, you forget you have the runes on you to begin with, you panic, next thing you know, dead. Biggest thing, don't panic. That's the best advice I can give.
Lumi. Do I find Lumi?
Yeah, she's around.
Excellent, she's around.
And she's badgering some soldiers and asking them about their scars and stuff.
So how'd you get that one? It's in a weird spot.
Lumi.
Like, yeah. Hi.
I tell the soldiers to carry on.
They do, very quickly.
Give them the help.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for the upcoming battle?
Yeah, I'm just talking to everyone. Wait, hold on. And I looked through my pockets. I took some of Elen's berries. I heard you guys were eating a lot of this, so I took it.
Wait a minute, which berries? That's what I thought, and I take one.
And then you see her kind of go through, stretch her tail, kind of does a little stretch, fixes her scarf. Yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to sneak on in. I'm ready to stab someone other than him. I'm ready to...
Well, you
Get
did a
things
fine
going.
job stabbing him, Lumi. And I want you to take that motivation, and when you stab him, I want you to stab everything else in there.
Will do.
Jesus, man. I thought it was dice.
No, that'd be Nick.
You got your crossbow, you got your +1 bolts.
Yes. And I'm going to save him for a special occasion.
Don't save them all for a special occasion. You only fire like one a turn, so fire as many as you can every turn. You got all the potions we gave you?
Yeah, I do. I got everything set. We're good.
Remember, I got jacked up in that last one. Potions are great. Drink them.
And I copy him.
That's the next shirt. Potions are great.
Potions
Drink
are
'em.
great. Drink them. And finally, I go to Riken. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
We've been through a lot so far.
Yeah.
I can finally see the end of it.
Well, an end. I'm thinking about something when we're done with this.
Well,
Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about it. If we survive. It won't matter before then.
this will be the end of this problem.
Louise just had her scarf. She's telling me now.
Oh, I
Mention
thought someone had gas.
You guys ready?
You got all your gear? I check your hands. Are they still there? Are they still prime?
I summon one of the long sword.
Get that out of here. Let me see that Eldritch Blast.
No. And I throw the sword on the ground and it shatters. No.
I'm not sure you're entertaining.
Yeah.
No! Oh, come on, don't pout now.
Fine. I just fucking Eldritch Blast into the dirt.
That's what I like to see. You still got it in you. Now, you still got the sword attuned. Or not attuned, but
It's with me, yes.
good.
Sasha!
Sorry.
There was a dog. All right. If we're ready, troops have been inspected.
Okay.
Let's go to the mayor.
Let's finish this.
Before that, I walk up to Lumi. Lumi,
Oh yeah, you guys ever want to talk?
quick thing.
Yeah,
Where's my coin?
it's mine.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
That is mine.
You'll get it when you get it.
No. It's mine.
You'll get it when you get it. Nice
Lumi.
really long.
I walk up and I tap her on the shoulder. Lumi,
I'm still walking along.
That
faster
coin.
than me. I'm faster than you.
I trip her. I attempt to trip her.
We're not starting
Who has
PvP.
the Deadpool?
It's gonna happen. This coin means a lot. I attempt to trip her.
Make an arm strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a attack roll.
20. Oh, so 24.
24.
Yeah.
That hits, right?
Yeah.
Apparently my AC fucking stat sheet disappeared.
That
Are you
does
trying to
mean-
do a shove, but instead of a shove, doing the trip attack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing the trip attack. I'm using the trip attack,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
What the? Which I don't think has any damage. I think it's just a trip.
So Silent trips you, what do you do?
I just walk back up and keep walking.
You just get up and keep walking?
Yeah.
Alright. So you trip her and she just like ignores you and gets up.
Lumi, I'm serious. We're about to go to die. If I'm going to die, it will be with my goddess's coin.
I call out, hey, shut up, nobody's dying.
I look back and I
You're
say,
scaring the troops.
and you hear me yell back, I don't care. Lumi,
This is my bargaining chip. This is my blinky.
The first official designated Blinky on the stream live just now. Thalen's coin. We've identified the first Blinky.
July 12th, 2019. So sorry for the
Lumi, you have 3 seconds. I'm done playing.
Why do you need it back so bad?
It is my coin. It is my goddess's coin. It was given to me. It is not your plaything. And I roll an intimidation check.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Mm-mm. If you're gonna ask it like that, I'm not gonna give it to you.
Why?
I brought
Why
it
are
back
you doing this?
Because it's mine.
In what world is it yours?
Because it's mine. You were dead. It was no longer yours.
So
And
you
I
can
did
just
it.
have dead people's things?
Well, you do it. You do that too.
I believe I'm not dead. I believe I'm back,
Yes,
which
you
makes
are.
it mine.
Perhaps it's the price you paid for being brought back,
And fucking kill me then.
especially from the one
Sorry,
who brought
kill
you
me.
back.
Why do I have to give up the coin? You know what?
Sacrifice. Faith.
All right. Keep the coin, Lumi. I hope it brings you bad luck.
Ooh, cursed.
A pox.
If you
A
s-
pox.
Upon your house.
and I thought we were friends.
We are friends.
No, we're not. You've stepped boundaries. And I find I am done. This means more to me than anything, and you are withholding it. I asked, I begged, and you said no. You have played your hand, and I will play mine.
Okay.
And I am hurt. Lily.
For you to be talking to me this way after I brought you back
Yeah,
is a little more shocking to me.
because I begged you for that coin back. I asked.
And you're
It is my
raising your
special coin.
voice.
Because it means so much to me.
Then
It
you
is
can
the-
ask nicely.
Then please, like I did, I said, Lumi, please give it back to me. Please, I'm begging you. This coin means so much to me. It is my goddess's coin. It was given to me. Please, may I
By
have
who?
it back?
Who gave it to you?
My goddess, the one I talk about, Taiki.
I don't see a goddess here.
Really? Is this how it's going to be, Lumi?
I just want to know who gave it to you.
Taiki gave it to me, the goddess of luck.
Did you get it at birth? Did
No,
you get it
I got
later
it.
on?
If you need to know the fucking story, I was at a bar one night, drinking and gambling. And I may have, I don't know, gambled my life away to the point that I was going to be killed. I had nothing left. No money, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lady came up. a very blue dress, pale skin, black hair, with a blue stripe down her hair. And she gave me 1 coin. And I gambled it, and I won.
Was her name Taiki?
I did not ask her name. She simply said good luck, and I took it. Her very being matched Taiki. With that coin, I won. And I won my debt and my life away. From then on, I believe Taiki to be the goddess that visited me. She's given me luck and given me everything. That coin has meant so much to me, and I ask for it back.
You kind of see Lumi kind of think to herself. And that's a Blinky. And I flip it back to you.
Oh! Oh! The information was to Blinky the whole time! Oh! Live! July 12, 2019 on the stream, Bloomy finds her first Blinky with a false herring.
Thank you for the information. I just walk off.
I don't know if I have friends anymore at this point. Dalen puts his hat back on, and he walks and kind of just keeps glaring at Lumi.
And then you see Lumi just write down notations. Like, she has a specific page for everyone she's encountered. She has one for Thalen. Writes down everything she just found out. Out of character, Lumi likes to gather information. Any specific personal detail about anybody is her thing. So that's why she picks up random things, and especially understanding that this meant a lot to Thalen, and understanding in more detail and why this is so precious to him.
Blackmail. All
Hi,
right.
Matt.
What's my fun stuff?
Blackmail.
The mayor gives the order to move out as the army begins marching towards the Tower of Night. It takes 2 days to move to the Tower of Night, at which point Mike recovers all of his
Yay!
all of his penalties for resurrection. So, moving through the dense woods and clearing away, the coalition of troops end up having to clear away dead shrubs and trees, fight their way through the very deep part of the forest itself to finally make your way to the citadel. When you finally do, you stand at the bottom of this towering, multi-story, singular tower surrounded by a 50-foot high wall with 20 feet thick stone, the black, smooth surface of it reflecting the strange maelstrom and lightning blasts and the rolling thunder that goes through. Around this structure is a crater in which the citadel sits in the middle, deep into the ground. You don't know what caused it or where it came from, and you've never heard of such an explanation. You can see on the ramparts the banners of Enoth still waving. Not fresh, torn and tattered through years of wear and tear. Hundreds of years of being neglected, there's shreds of them barely alive. The walls overgrown with vines and foliage. The trees all nearby the edge, dead, lifeless. Brown leaves, though, hanging from the branches. It's quiet. There's no noise, no warnings, no alarms come as the army reaches the edge of the outer citadel's walls. Eladio and Tolvis order the construction of and setting of the trebuchets, putting them in place and setting camp and sentries along the outside edges. All you can see is through some of the windows and slits is the faint light of, you're not sure, fire candles in some of the scattered windows. Below sit the structures, the abandoned city and inner sanctuary of Lefay's most loyal followers that once lived here under her dominion. The large battlements and towering outer structures, the sharp buttresses that run down all the way into the crater. Ominous spikes, gargoyles adorn all inches of the battlements. And as night comes in, the maelstrom grows far more powerful, growing violent as winds pick up, kicking the banners and posts and making it difficult to see. As once again the dense, ominous fog begins to roll over the tops of the battlements and leak out from the cracks and weak spots in the structure, left over from the siege that once happened before when she was killed and hung from the rafters in her own citadel. The green lightning, the portal now directly above you can see, is a deep, deep torrent of strange green reactions and arcane lights. Almost as if it had severed some ley line of magic that was in the area. You see cracks of it striking the sides of the citadel, breaking off pieces, and the ground shakes underneath your feet. There's a heavy, heavy, ominous energy of necromantic power emanating directly from the top of the tower. Evil weighs heavily on your minds and on your shoulders. And for the paladin and the cleric, it's as if some weight is being pressed onto you. Pure malevolence, like nothing you've ever encountered before in your presence. Not even the shadow demon held such hate for whatever it is that opposes Lefay. Whether it's the material plane itself, or life, or herself, there's a sudden, another blast of thunder. And you start to see a strange spherical shape, large in diameter, begin descending down from the sky. Almost a translucent blue, it seems, and reflecting of the torrent around it. Thane comes forward, standing next to you, looking upwards. So this is our plan. She will destroy the central veil, and herself possibly, as a last resort to not in the death throw. There isn't anything that I'm aware of that can defeat the destructive nature of a sphere of annihilation.
Ha.
If we don't defeat her, everything will be destroyed.
If we can banish her, will it stop that spell?
It should. The casting and creation of one takes much time. I have only heard of them being used in the various conflicts with the gods, and no mortal has summoned one or created one in thousands of years. It's outlawed magic. And not many even have the length of time on this earth to come to terms with the rituals necessary and the power to cast and create one. She must be stopped, or all is at stake. And then we're gonna go break.
Oh, dude. Fear of annihilation!
Fear of annihilation.
What?
Oh my god.
So thanks for hanging out. Hey, welcome back, Dice Priority. What's up, guys? Dad Bod D&D, we appreciate you hanging out. Long life.
Studios.
We love you, man. We're happy. Thank you for that tier 3 sub and chilling with us. We're gonna make sure to show you that love back and check you out on our process. Hey, come on.
She heard the sphere coming.
Yeah, she was coming.
Sasha!
She smells our
Anapod
beer.
Studios, we love you guys. Welcome, to Legendary Action. Thanks for hanging out, stopping by.
Yeah.
Sasha.
We can come back from break.
Yeah, if you like what you're seeing and you're new here, welcome to Legendary Action. Make sure to drop a follow. You can join us in the Hall of Legends, as we call our Discord server. If you follow the links below, we'd love to hear from you. Talk D&D, write stories, make friends.
Make characters.
Yeah, make characters
Yeah.
and stuff, and whatever else.
I
Whatever.
definitely
Share
have
us,
a few
share us
of them.
pictures of your terrain, the minis and stuff. We'll check it all out.
Yeah.
If you play Warhammer, we'll share it even more.
Yeah.
A lot of us play Warhammer.
And if you play video games, feel free to stop by. I know I'm in there. Feel free to just at me. I'm down to play anything.
Share DM
Just
stories.
just spam him with invites to play games.
No, please, no.
Just
that's
all
not-
day.
What I want is for him to get so many invites that it's impossible for him to commit to most of them.
Yeah.
He's like, I would, but I'm booked up until October.
I want him to get so many invites that it makes it hard for him to play games because they're just bothering him.
That's ruthless. I've had that happen, and it's very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah, but Warhammer or the new D&D stuff, Rowan Doyle just tried out his first battle mat with his group and experimenting with different crafting techniques.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just gotta dive right on
He's
it.
learning from the great DM known as Andy Green.
Yeah.
I'm
still learning. I don't know what you're talking
Green.
about.
Andy Green.
I'm
Andy Green. Andy
The-
Green.
The sixth wizard.
Sixth wizard.
Either way, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to throw up the timer on the screen, and we're going to be right back.
Yeah.
So
Grab yourself some snacks.
Yeah, grab yourself some snacks and stuff.
Get that
feel free
coffee.
to hang out.
Move.
Feel free to interact in the chat still and just hang out, but we'll be right back.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate it, and we love you all.
We'll be right back.
Yep,
We'll be right back.
Right. I was just.
All right, we're back, everybody.
I was just
Welcome
saying-
to Legendary Action. To join us during the break. This is us. We do stuff. We play Dungeons and Dragons.
We're pretty good at it, kind of.
We tried.
Some people think we are. I don't. Whatever. They're crazy,
I mean,
but we love them even though they're crazy.
You know, I just noticed something. Guess who has been dethroned as stream boss?
Who?
Sieg Warhide.
Finally.
At long last.
You got dethroned 2 episodes ago.
What? Bullcrap. I swear I was looking the other day.
2 episodes.
Well, guess who got dethroned as of 2 episodes ago? I didn't realize it.
No.
Dang it. I feel bad.
Yeah, OMG, it's bizarre. Became the new stream boss 2 weeks ago.
I don't know. Is Sieg even here? I haven't seen him. in
Sieg's
chat.
not here. No.
Oh, then I don't feel bad for him
He
at all.
doesn't love us anymore. No, he loves us. He just has crap going on.
He's playing Magic the Gathering.
He
Let's be real.
watches us on demand right now, yeah.
Our allegiance is yours, stream boss.
Yeah.
By your will,
Command we shall follow.
by your will, we play this game.
Yeah.
With the street boss.
that would be funny. You give the stream boss certain powers during the rule.
All right. So,
Serious question.
as the tower looms ahead, Nairella explains to you the direction you take and how you get underneath to go down through the dungeon and work your way up to level. And you'll infiltrate after dark when the first rounds of the trebuchet hit the walls, and they begin their assault. Don't know why I closed that. Either way, so the first trebuchet rounds begin to be fired off, striking the walls, weakening the outer keep and the defenses. It's only then do you finally see movement along the battlements. The steady, slow march of undead as they begin to kind of converge in that area. And the quickly made, or I wouldn't say quickly, but the battering ram and cover that, I guess we call you guys an alliance, have put together. They mean to move them forward and assault the gates. as arrows rain down from the battlements, striking every once in a while, killing a couple of individuals who are using the battering ram to hammer the gate. And then the dark pitch poured onto it, lit on fire. And you hear the splitting sound of ballista on the battlements firing, trying to possibly hit the trebuchets. You're not really sure, or break any cover that has been placed in front of the walls. Nyarella and about 10 mixture of about 10 rangers and sentinels take you a long way around the battlements to the outside, climbing all the way down this crater, doing the best that you can to keep your footing and stop from sliding all the way down, rolling to the bottom. There's a grate to a sewer, still open from her escape. She pulls it open and quickly ushers you to move inside. Sewers are dark with no light.
Are they wet? Like really damp sewers?
No.
Because they're not really being used
No,
by
not
them.
being used. No. So, but to your surprise, they are patrolled. So, stealth checks.
So, he says like super dark down here, right?
Yeah, it's like pitch black.
Cool. So, upon dropping into the sewers, I'd like to use thaumaturgy, and for the next hour, flare my lantern light as bright as I can make it.
Okay.
As
Like just intermittently, randomly, or
no,
just,
like just constant bright.
just constantly bright?
Yeah, as I kind of like shudder and pull it close to me.
Okay. So the light comes on, and you're immediately admonished by the elves, who like turn to you, and they seem to speak to each other in some sort of strange like sign language that none of you can read or understand, and they're having this back and forth communication, and eventually they kind of just stop, and a few of them look pretty worried, but Nyarella pushes them forward and sends a few ahead to scout the sewers. So what were the stealth checks?
Oh wait, I'm wearing that. Oh, it's worse. It's so bad. It's so bad, guys.
I'm okay, dokie.
That was great.
22.
7.
18.
7.
12.
Stealth.
12.
8.
So
Aggressive 8.
So as you begin moving through the sewer, one of the rangers stops, and he does a series of incantations, and suddenly the shadows kind of come off the wall and fold over you, adding +10 with passes without a trace to all of your rolls.
32.
You're so stealthy, you might as well be a shadow. Do you use that to like go ahead and clear the way, like scout
Yep.
ahead? Okay.
Go ahead.
So with Lumi out front, you lose complete track of her. She just disappears from sight. Sort of in her natural environment as a cat, just stalking, looking for prey.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. You find her just around the corner chasing mice, so and pouncing on them.
That's
Patting them.
Reginald's cousin.
Exactly. Eventually, after a few, maybe 10, 15 minutes or so of avoiding a few patrols, coming close on a couple of occasions to being spotted by the wandering undead zombies, who for the most part seem like they're placed there more as just a general deterrence and not really meant to really find anybody. Sometimes seeing them just standing, motionless, just in the middle of strange intersections or junctions. And on one occasion, the sentinels and rangers dispatching of most of them very quickly. The ones that are in your way is obstructing the path forward. She leads you to a staircase that takes you up and opening up a sort of cellar door. Leads you up into a long, long abandoned kitchen, overgrown with cobwebs. You see large spiders in the corners scatter and move about. Still dark. But the light of the lantern from Solas illuminates large portions of it. The old cast iron cutlery and pots and pans, long since rusted, forgotten. Nothing but the sound of the wind cutting through, and the distant crack of the lightning and the shaking of the tower and rubble falling to the ground, and the distant sounds of the fighting as the trebuchet continued to hammer down the front walls and the gates. She pulled you through the kitchen and through the main corridor and hallway of the bottom first floor of the Citadel. Avoiding a small contingent of skeleton soldiers standing at guard, you go up a large staircase.
God, I'm so nervous.
You continue making your way through, using her memory the best that she can to lead you past multiple traps and instances of barricades and broken sections. At one point making a death-defying leap across the section of hall that had collapsed inwards. Either recent damage or old damage, you're not sure. But a 5 or 6 story fall would have awaited you, but most of you make it. Then making your way through an empty, seems like hall filled with art pieces or strange statues, old, some of them twisted and almost fiendish in their nature and construction. And finally Nyrella takes you to where she was held. The room's fortified and filled with open cells with just nothing but bars and filled with drained bodies, dead skeletons. You're not sure. Old bones, newer bones. Every once in a while, the flitter of bats or creatures that dwell in the darkness or abandoned places like this run by. Then you lead through a fortified door that Lumi effortlessly picks open. On the other side is once again standing motionless, a group of skeleton warriors at the ready. But not alone. The room is almost vaulted in its ceilings and construction, and there's almost a feel of cathedral-like design and architecture to the room. As if at some point in time it was intended for some sort of worship. But you see no obvious idols, nothing that you would expect. There's no tributes to the Formless One, there's nothing that connects them. Only left is the ragged, torn banners of Enoth and its long-forgotten reign. Nyrella comes forward. And maybe only a few more stories. You have to go on. The Rangers and Sentinels can take care of the skeletons and work our way up towards you, or hold off any reinforcements that get called. But we've already come most of the way up the tower. The last of it is up to you.
You should keep them off our back. Give us time to do the ritual. We'll take care of the rest.
We'll do our very best. To the last one standing. We'll hold them off.
Thank you.
And so she pulls out her twin blades, her elven blades, and the others get their weapons ready. Short swords and weapons made for close quarters fighting. And they burst into the room ahead of you, engaging immediately in a flurry of combat with the skeletons as they reanimate, covered in thick cobwebs like they have been standing there for centuries guarding her. Most of them in thick, rigid armor of darkened steel. as you watch as one elf is more or less cleaved in two by the sudden strike of a greatsword from one of these skeletons. The blood spatters on the floor, the intestines out, dead immediately, as another elf is rammed through with a short spear as they engage in this whirling melee to the death. And you quickly dart through the room, outskirting the combat, and cross to a large double door which leads to a set of stairs that just go up in circular design until finally reaching a set of ornately trimmed, embellished doors inlaid with, we're not sure, platinum in the image of an oth. And upon opening it, there's a wide gallery-style room.
Oh no, carry on. I was going to say before we open the door, but we're there.
The room is dimly lit by short braziers on the floor that give you just enough light to see into the room. Its high vaulted ceilings are filled with cages. They swing in the wind from the open windows and balconies nearby. At the end of the room is a large throne with a red, tattered cloak that hangs down from the top. The entire room seems as though it hasn't been touched in centuries. Thick spiderwebs and cobwebs hang over everything. The floor is dominated by 8 strange green luminescent runes that adorn the floor. You see, squinting and looking, sitting on the throne is a figure of someone in robes with a staff. It doesn't move. Looking left and right, you don't really see any semblance of any guards or anybody else in the room. You do see at the other end, just to the right of the throne, there is a door. Mm-hmm. Hey, come on. And you see, like, a quick flickering of the braziers and the light in the room slightly dims. And a strange, dark figure, which looks like the outline or the shape of maybe a woman at some point, kind of crawls down from the ceiling in this semi-incorporeal form as it climbs down and moves effortlessly, like sliding through the columns, and sits on the throne. And then you see the beads of red light staring out at you from behind the cobwebs and the tattered banners and tapestries. As there's a shift in the fingers as they snap in place, and you hear the crack of the bones as they begin to animate. And the staff, it reaches out in a snapping-like motion and grabs it, ripping it from its space as it stands up and moves forward. Coming up from underneath the shadows, at one point, robes of a dedicated wizard and a powerful individual, the arcane symbols shifting in strange arcane energies across the deep purple and black robes that are only anointed and given to those who reach archmage status within the circles. But as it moves forward off the throne, the skeletal body slowly but surely begins to regrow skin and blood. You see the muscle tissue and fibers come forward. But not fully, not enough that you would think you were looking at a live person, as in certain shadows and then in the light, it almost becomes ethereal and you can see the skeleton underneath. As this is Lefay. She comes forward towards the center of the room, maybe 20 feet away, 25 feet away. And then you hear a sound coming from above. You look up, and you hear a sound coming from the cages. You hear the voices of people now. They sound exhausted or malnourished, light moans, and then pain. As a green necrotic energy from the runes below begins to latch onto the cages, and you watch as the souls of the individuals are pulled from their bodies. The room now alight. You can see clearly illuminated the captives that have been held in this tower that she's been feeding on to keep herself alive. In terrible pain and cries of agony, the people slowly but surely die and lose their youth and their health as they're latched and pulled and fed into the rooms on the floor. Lefay reaches out as the green energy comes out of the runes into her hand and coalesces into the somatics for a spell. As a dark green flash of energy crackling with power and striking outwards from her.
We get it right. We get it fast.
I feel like. Uh-oh.
Oh, wicked.
Something despised by the target. Most likely going to be either you yourself or a symbol of Palor.
Or your bright ass shield.
Or
The light itself.
Your blinding light of Bellator.
getting things all mixed up in my head. Anyway,
Just
a rock of light.
Second, we'll lighten up that top.
the Tear of the Martyr, we'll figure that out when it happens. The God Sage I assume Thane gave it to me on the way.
God Sage.
And then you also have the piece of that.
Shit! We gotta go
And
back.
I have the piece of her, a piece of her soul. That's a piece of hers.
I normally don't leave the house without my God Sage, but I must have left it in my other pants.
Yeah, well, it happens. And then once everything is ready in the circle,
Hey, Mike, can you turn off the-
one person has to concentrate on it
Maybe it'll help with the
for however many turns Angie decides it takes to work. If she has a save
I
every
lighted up
turn.
the two other cameras too, just to make sure I'm not too saturated.
I don't know how that works. We'll see. All we know is once the circle is made and all the
Whoa,
components are in it,
whoa.
one of you,
Hold on,
religious folk,
There's an important part we should talk about right now.
The
There's
dice,
dice already on this board.
hey, we don't need to talk.
and there's two that are one, and what's the D6?
Six!
Look, that's all gonna hurt, and we just need to accept these things.
No.
Okay, so
Wow.
as the
You outdone yourself.
as the energy coalesces in her hand and creates this powerful effect around her body, she shifts and moves back near the top of her throne,
What the hell?
and then you guys watch as the undead begin to rise up from the tattered remains on the floor.
Oh,
Oh no!
that's it. If I ever have a wizard's tower, I'm gonna have a fucking slime clean that shit up.
No undead here.
Just a fleet, a little,
This is a mess.
little.
And they come into initial
Yeah, just little
activity.
Roomba slimes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at
Little
that
Roomba
throne,
slimes.
man. Y'all,
I want to take a closer
don't leave after this session because I want to show you how cool it is. I wanna get
13.
them zooms.
13.
This is awesome.
Got it. Perfect.
And
Also,
then
on Instagram should have cool
keep
stuff
track
as well.
of after you is the lair action, so it goes at the same time as you and Lefay.
Okay, so between myself and Lefay?
Technically, it loses to a tie to a player.
Okay, so before
So
Lefay,
you
after
go.
me.
So you go.
I go.
The lair action goes. You got a 20
I
as
got
well?
a 22.
A 22.
Yeah, so it's-
So you're first.
No,
Well, it's actually Thalen, Riken, myself, then LegendaryAction, then Lefay.
Okay. Yeah.
I rolled a 20.
yeah. Take a good shot of that. That I don't.
But
I need to know when it hits the top of the order every time.
absolutely, it's
Can you,
in the order.
Can I see your picture? Because it's so amazing. I haven't.
All right. So, seeing that, who's going first? You.
Thalen.
Oh shit! Sorry,
Thalen?
I was admiring
So
your life.
Thalen,
Cool.
As you're-
All right.
as you see everything happen, you also see this room light up. Okay.
On my turn, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my verbal action and point at that top left rune and say, "That rune lit up. I don't know what it does.
Fucking kill that thing!
I think it's more important. Worry about the runes. This is not as easy as killing it." And then I will step away from my friends, just in case things
You should have
explode.
a laser pointer.
Here,
there.
you get that?
Oh, I get the kitty cat. Go right there.
So 5, 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough to avoid the blast. Then, seeing Lefay. Oh, I had a great note for that in a while. I pull out my spells. Fuck that now. I just reach in and I look at the four skeletons in the center. Is there any room? No, that's passive. Fuck! I cast Shatter on those four skeletons.
Okay. So they need to make what saves?
DC 15 con saves.
DC 15.
Oh, no, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
Dude, you're telling me I'm panicking over here.
So they all fail.
Good. It's good. That's what we want to hear.
14 thunder damage, which isn't right. It's force damage.
I thought Shatter was
Shatter's definitely
Thunder.
thunder.
It's thunder.
definitely Thunder.
Thunder? I just
We went over this last week.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, thunder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just thunder force. My brain says like it's the same thing.
All right, so you cast it, and the floors begin to shake. Dust comes down from the ceiling, and you feel like the tiles in the floor are attempting to crack, and you can see in the floor some of them begin to open, and through it there's like arcane energies that start to kind of filter out, and seems like something is holding this place together at this point. But the skeletons like collapse and are torn apart and shattered, all of them.
Doesn't Shatter do full damage to like structures and stuff?
Constructs.
Yeah.
Does double.
Double?
Double.
Oh,
It's like Siege.
neat.
So
It's a
these
sweet
minor
spot. It's a sweet spot.
these minor cracks in the floor begin to split and become wider after casting it.
Oh fuck. I will. I don't have a bonus action. I'll look at Solas. And we need Parathor's light more than ever. Hopefully it's a little brighter this time. And I give you a bardic inspiration.
It's a D8.
Yes, sir.
All right. Does that end your turn?
Yes, it does.
Riken.
So this room lights up.
Oh.
Okay.
Panic.
I
I'm scared.
kind of grab my silver roan cloak, and activate its ability to basically blur.
Okay.
Yeah, I activate the blur as a bonus action, and then
But you don't receive the +1.
no, I do not, because we're not in a forest.
Yeah.
Clearly, but that happens, and then since it used my bonus action, I don't have much else to do. Can we use a bonus action item on an action and just sacrifice the action? Okay, good to know. Then I will just cast Eldritch Blast at Valkyrie.
Okay. Make your attack.
Okay. A decent. That's 13 and a 26.
Both miss.
Yeah.
Did you say 13 and a 26?
Yeah.
So you watch as both strike into the arcane energy surrounding her and just disperse.
Fuck. And then I will move to. Fuck.
Over there. Back.
Yeah, right there. That'll work.
Right there?
Yep.
So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay.
Don't make a line when you're done.
Is that your turn?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Whose turn?
That's me. What is it?
This rune lights up.
Okay. What is it to hand a potion to someone?
Nothing. You can just, it's interacting with a free action.
Okay, so free action, I'd like to hand a potion of heroism off to Hargraves.
Okay.
Oh, good.
There we go.
Okay, and then, can I move up to right in front of that road?
Yeah, sure. That's 5, 10, 15, 20.
Perfect. And then, I would like to try to see if anything works on her. Sacred Flame, it's a dex saving throw. DC 14? No?
Nope.
Okay.
The flame appears and disperses on the front of the arcane energy.
Okay. And that is me. Lair action.
It's the lair action?
It's the lair action.
Okay. So, as... double check to make sure that...
Yeah, maybe.
So, everybody needs to make a DC 17
That's really high.
dex saving throw.
Dex!
We all get +2 within...
10 feet of Alfarius.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Plus 2.
Dex saving throw.
I'm fine.
That's not a 17. That's
18.
18, yeah, we're fine.
2020.
And I have the math.
Okay. Who failed?
21.
Do I get his bonus? How
Are
many
you
feet?
within 10 feet?
No,
Hell
he's
no.
over on this far side.
Yeah, very.
It's 18, right?
Yeah.
I pass.
Wait, is it a 17 or is it an 18?
17.
Okay, correct, then 17.
DC
Yeah.
17 dex.
I failed. Am I the only one that failed?
Apparently.
I passed.
Oh my god, I passed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That negative anything would kill me.
Brian!
My bed's still sitting.
Mine
take-
too.
Everyone who fails
That's...
We're not out of the woods even because we passed. so
Takes-
it's still-
6 necrotic damage. And everybody who passes takes half.
3.
3.
That's not the one.
As there's a flare of necrotic energy as it lashes out from Lefay, from her, the arcane energies around her, and starts striking everywhere and everything around her. Okay, that's the lair action.
It's her turn.
So,
Double up.
Oh.
so finally, for the first time, you hear Lefay speak up. Her ragged and raspy voice crossing across the chamber. You've come to the wrong place, fools. As you see her begin to cast a blast of necrotic energy as she targets Alfarius and Hargraves.
Oh,
So-
cool. Awesome. Were you hiding behind me? Were you trying to hide behind me?
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna be real. I don't blame her. This is scary. I'll be real.
Why did we come here?
It's like a big laser.
Wrong thing. So the first one, Alfarius. Yep. That's going to be a miss. And then next to Hargraves, that's going to be a hit to 22
With a 22 or 422?
with a 22.
I was like, oh yeah.
She does.
Game over, bro.
Game over, man.
You take 11 necrotic damage from the blast of energy.
Ah. Don't you love it when you take like 14 points of damage before you can even do anything?
Oh,
Oh.
Ouch.
Ouch.
So that ends her turn.
Alfarius.
Yeah.
And now the final. Oh, the back room lights up. Okay.
I cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Okay. Does that require concentration?
It sure does. That was 10 minutes though, so I'm sure gonna lose that.
Okay.
And I scream and I yell and I rush her 30 feet forward, straight
30
forward,
feet.
going right at her.
30. Okay.
That's all I can do.
All right.
The undead.
They're dead.
Okay, Lumi.
Okay. I would like to use my action to use my eye for detail.
Okay.
I want to try. Well, it's a bonus action, but I want to try and spot a hidden creature or object.
No, I know. I'm tracking which ones are lit up.
Because I've noticed that there's strange things going on. Maybe there's something.
All four on the
All four
outside.
on the outside of that pyramid.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, it's a perception check. I'm like, what do I roll?
Pretty good.
24.
It's 24. You don't spot anything else outside of the fact that the room is littered with more undead to add to her protection.
Okay.
You don't spot any strange arcane like devices or traps or anything else other than what you've seen so far.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to describe that. With each time one of those rooms lights up, it starts feeding energy into her. Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that.
That's
And then for my action, noticing that when these things light up, you said that there's tattered, like tapestries or something?
Yeah, hanging
here?
from the ceilings, the leftover remnants of her connection to Enoth and ownership
Yeah.
of governing of the lands.
I want to see if there's one that's closest to one of the rooms so I can try and...
No, the ceiling's vaulted, so the ceiling is like 25 feet tall. So the tapestries are only coming down like 10 feet, so it's like 15 feet up from you.
I'm going to jump and try and pull one down.
You're just going to jump? Okay, go ahead.
Jump.
Try.
Pull it
Give
down.
me an athletics check.
I will give you that athletics check. 12.
12? So you try leaping just straight up, and you just barely tap like the bottom of it. Do you want to move or anything?
Yeah, I'm going to move up to the rune.
Which one?
The one closest
All the ones
to
on the outside are lit up. So.
you? Yeah. All four on the
That
outside
one?
are lit.
So 5, 10,
Yeah.
15?
I'm going to try and just use my body to just like cover it.
Okay. Yeah, so you just lay on it?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Ooh, pro. Ooh.
That's, I don't know.
Disadvantage on ranged attacks.
Okay.
Disadvantage from ranged attacks.
Hargraves.
After getting blasted, I start ripping off, my flesh and transforming into a werewolf. As it's just like a reactionary effect from getting blasted with all that magic damage. Mm-hmm. And then as I start to transform and my face like rips through my own face, I lean back and I drink that potion of harrowing. I drink it.
Alright, so you have an additional 11 hit points?
It's 10 temporary.
10 temporary hit points.
Yep, 10 temporary hit
Oh
points.
wait, I can't do the heroism. It's action. Dang it. It's action to transform. So I don't take the potion of heroism, but
You pull it out and think about it?
I pull it out and I think about it as my claws light on fire. No, I don't light my claws on fire either. I leave my bonus action alone. No, I think about it. I transform, think about it. And then I'm thinking, and that ends my turn.
Alright, cool.
Taylor.
Dalen,
That's the
top of the order?
Yeah.
Top of the order.
Okay.
Last?
So once again,
Shit.
she raises undead warriors.
My armor class went to 20, by the way.
Your armor class went to nothing. And okay,
Okay, Thalen moves up to the room that Lumi's on.
well, I mean, you're already right next to it.
And I pull out the scroll.
Okay.
Of dispelling the magic.
All right.
As I open the scroll and I look at the rune and I'm like, I hope this will move over a little bit, please, thank you. Just a little bit. Hope this doesn't hurt. And I use the scroll to attempt to dispel the rune.
Okay. So the light from the room fades.
Now the scroll's gone?
No.
Oh.
You hear Thalen raise it. It's about to use! And then I look at Hargraves. Oh, I hate werewolves, but you're pretty cool. Take this. Hopefully you feel better than I do. And I cast a bonus action healing word on you.
Bonus actions.
D8, right?
No. I give you 4 health back.
Healing word. I
Yeah,
thought
you got it right.
I thought you gave me inspiration.
Yeah, I did. I used to do 4 that
High
time.
five, man. That's what I'm talking about.
It might be 2, though, at level 1. I just want to make sure.
No.
No, it's 1.
So that was 4?
Yes.
I was thinking Bardic Inspiration.
No, you get more than 4. How much you healing by?
4. I
Did you
rolled
heal?
1.
It's a D4 plus your
So
wisdom.
whatever you heal,
Oh, it's, yeah.
reduced by 3. As the necrotic energy sap the healing magic
2, I
from
gave
you.
you 2.
Awesome.
Reduced by 3, so
All
2.
healing done is reduced by 1d4 in her presence.
You know what? I touched you a little bit on the inside. That's all that matters.
Huh.
Huh.
I tried. Oh my god.
Is that you?
That will end all my actions.
Riken.
Okay. Watching what he did, I pull the scroll. I do the same thing on the rune right in front of me.
This one?
Yep.
So you move 5, 10. Okay.
Boom. Action.
Bonus action.
Oh, it's a bonus action.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
right.
it's a bonus action?
Yeah.
Too late.
Okay, well, I misplayed my turn. I apologize.
It's fine.
Alright, bonus action, I do that. My bonus actions are real important, but hey, what are we gonna do? And then, because fuck it, I cast Eldritch Blast at her again.
Okay.
Ugh. Ew.
Yeah, I wrote that down. So.
That's an 8. It's a 19 and definitely a miss. 9.
They both miss anyways.
Yeah. Fuck you, bitch!
The most just missed anyway.
Okay.
Oh, crap.
So, watching them and thinking they may have some idea, I'm going to use my bonus action to use the page on the rune that's right at me.
Okay.
Okay?
So there's only one open now.
And then my action, you said there's
Sorry, this one up to 2.
Stop that.
That went up to 2 because we came back around again on the round.
So you said there's like a corpse back there that's got like flesh coming back onto it, right?
No, but that was Lefay.
Ah, okay, all right. Action, right? That totally deals with my whole thought. You know what? I'm going to whip out my warhammer and I'm going to attack the rune.
The room?
Yeah.
Okay. Make an attack.
Why not? Does something hit the rune?
Smite it.
Does an 18 hit the rune?
Actually, an 18 does not hit the room. It's you strike it, but you don't. It seems to only be a glancing blow.
Okay. Should have used that inspiration. That's my turn. Lair action.
Lair action. Okay.
You have
So
a minute to use that, by the way, so you have to use it on your next turn.
everybody,
Like 4 turns left. Okay.
everybody's max hit points is reduced by 6
Oh,
Max
wow.
hit
as
points.
she raises her hand upwards,
No!
and the spell that has been coalescing in her hands explodes, sending fragments of like spiritual hands outwards at you that latch onto your body and start pulling away parts of your life force. And the rune goes back. The rune in the corner turns off.
By 6, right?
Turns off.
Yes.
Oh. That was only 1.
That's why I'm happy we turned off the other 3.
So the one by Alfarius turned off?
They're all off now. Yeah.
All of them are off.
Hmm?
Okay.
Well, we dispelled 3.
Whose turn is it?
So
Hers.
Yeah,
It's
so
hers,
after the
right?
lair.
Okay. So, she once again
That's bad.
casts her spells, and she targets Alfarius and she targets Riken. So for Riken,
With disadvantage.
that's going to be a miss anyways.
Oh, with disadvantage
Disadvantage.
because of protection. You were good.
And then the other one, that's going to be... What's your AC at?
Only a 21.
It's only at 21?
Yeah.
Only.
Oh, so okay, so she matches it anyways and hits you. So you take 3 necrotic damage.
Don't put
that on Con, which I pass.
Alright.
Quicker, likely.
That ends her turn.
Okay, Alfarius.
Yeah, I rush her.
Okay.
I cover the last of the ground.
Alright. So standing face to face with her.
Yeah, right out the gate. As I'm running up to her, I'm going to throw my shield at her.
Okay.
I'm going to let it go.
Throw it.
Oh, improvise. So no bonuses. Flat 13.
Flat 13? No.
I didn't care about that anyways. Going in reckless with a two-handed strike now with my long sword.
Alright.
I was going to grab an extra die. I don't know if I was going to do that.
Because you said reckless.
I did. I said reckless.
But you're
and it
not a
triggered.
barbarian.
Reckless.
It's still reckless, let's be real here.
Ooh, it's hot shit. I don't know if it's hotter than Riken though. Plus 8. 25.
Both of them strike the arcane energies on the outside, doing nothing.
Alright. Well, that's where I end my turn.
Man.
The undead.
Panic! I changed my vote. The Deadpool is that guy.
I'm still under
So-
protection.
The lights are flickering.
The undead move 15.
Uh-oh.
So green goes to attack Lumi. Longsword. That's going to be a miss.
With advantage because she's prone.
Both of the others, all 3 of the others disappear and are ignited in the light, and the runes turn on.
Turn on.
Turn on. Yep.
Oh, come it.
So there are now
Oh, we gotta break
3
those. We gotta break those like
active.
Dang it.
Oh shit, ladies
Is that
and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's the end of their turn.
Lumi.
Alright. See my foe.
Oh, break the rune.
Your foe. That's your foe.
Oh, man, it's real bad.
I can't break the rune. Not strong enough. I can't do it. So I'm gonna kill that motherfucker right in front of me.
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking stab him with my dagger.
Okay.
Dagger stab.
Dagger. Well, I get up and then do that, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
So 5
That's fair.
plus
Yeah, maybe
7.
not be prone.
And you
Don't
just
give
swipe
him
at his
advantage.
toes.
12, does a 12 hit it?
12 does not hit.
Ugh. So, doesn't do anything. So, I can't move, because if I move, it'll just walk up to it. I can't activate it. I'm going to use my bonus action to dodge it if it attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Bonus
easy.
action.
That's
Bonus
She
action
can do that
dodge.
as a ranger, or sorry,
As a rogue.
Rogue.
They did dodge.
Production hides.
Understanding
dash,
they all
dodge,
disappeared if
shit.
they come in it, I know I can't leave the spot. And that ends my turn.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The rune activates underneath you. I forgot. Sorry. So now all 4 are on again. So if you want to change what you're using your bonus action on, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm going to use my bonus actions to disengage, and I'm going to stand. I'm going to go.
You're going to disengage.
Yeah, because I'm in his range.
Damn doggo.
It got unplugged.
You can dash, disengage,
Sasha,
or
move.
hide as a bonus action. Not
Yeah.
dodge.
She break it?
She snapped it. I don't think we have any extra ones.
I thought we did have extra ones just for this
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, we've used all 3 of them because they keep dying.
Oh, there
Oh, we're good.
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
Sorry, to
You
close
have
it,
tape
please.
in the closet.
Okay. So I'm just going to disengage.
Okay.
And I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 over here.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. Okay.
Jeez.
So as all 4 of them are alike then. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Hargraves.
Hargraves.
Job
Actually,
Graves.
she's going to take a legendary action at the end of your turn.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm sure she is.
So.
Love those things.
Open up her thingy and open.
Not bad. Sasha.
You're being a butt, Sasha. Knock it off. You're being a big butt.
Yeah, I'm good. She is going to.
Try and keep me from tearing this table out, would you? I'll show you. You want nice things? Me.
She's gonna move and take an attack of opportunity.
So.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
She's gonna fall prone.
Is she gonna fall dead?
Bear with us, viewers. Meanwhile, back at the home.
So she's going to use frightening gaze on Phelan.
Ooh.
I need a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, it's not happening.
You're wise.
No, I'm not.
Use your wisdom.
No, I don't pass. I get a 2.
Okay, you are now frightened for 1 minute.
So close.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of every one of your turns, and if you succeed, you're immune to the frightening gaze.
So just to be sure, frightened, I can't move towards her.
You have disadvantage on attacks.
All attacks or ones that target her?
All attacks that target her.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know.
That's a reading, so.
Yeah, that's the legendary action.
Okay. Hargraves.
Alright, well, I guess the first thing I'm going to do is make my wisdom saving. See if I kill you all. Oh, I got a natural 20, so that's gone.
It's a bless.
Die.
And then I'm going to drink the potion of heroism for real this time.
For real.
For real.
For real.
Giving myself 11 temporary hit points and putting myself under the effect of the bless spell for the duration.
You're blessed.
I'm blessed.
You're blessed.
You're blessed.
I'm blessed.
Okay.
Then I immediately take away 6 of those points by giving myself fire claws.
Fire. Angry fire claws.
Well, actually, no, I don't want to do that yet. No, next turn. Next turn. It takes me about 6 turns to set up for combat.
Powering up.
I'm powering up. I will reach my final form with like 2 HP left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't take a history check because that requires an action, which I used to drink the potion.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bonus action piddle my pants.
Don't you have a scroll?
We all do.
We all have scrolls.
Oh, I do have a scroll.
We all have
I'm
a
gonna
scroll.
run up with my bonus action and put my scroll. Is the one in front of Thalen lit up?
They're all
Yeah,
they're
Yes,
all
all 4 lit up right now.
It's
The
real bad.
scroll you put on there, it's gone.
No, they're, again, I yelled, they're multiple use. Like my first turn.
Yeah, but if they blocked the magic, how come it was able to kick it up? Did it like
We have to do it every turn.
off?
Oh, you do it every turn. They come back.
So
every-
then I'm gonna book it over to the one that isn't being manned. That's lit up over in that back corner. Yeah, my arm is hairy. Sorry.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to drop a scroll.
Alright. So, the rune goes out as the magic that's permeating from it is suppressed.
Suppression.
So
I
you
am
use
a turn.
somatic gestures and the spell effect comes out of the scroll and blocks it.
Can I do that as a non-caster?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a magician now. I am a turn.
Top.
It's the top? Okay.
So I'm on the bottom. But I'm a power.
No, you're not about to be a power anything.
So-
You want to talk, scaredy cat?
I'm about to die.
You guys come together as a
All
team,
4 of
guys.
them were on, weren't they?
No, one's down now.
It was
yeah.
4 total, so it should be down
so I
to 3.
accidentally flipped it over to
No,
2.
no, no. So the one in
Three.
front of the skeleton is not on.
Oh yeah.
then
no.
he just
Yeah,
one.
you turn one off and then.
the one in front of the skeleton is
Is
on.
on.
Nope.
You decided that.
Yeah, that's why Lumi moved.
Yeah.
Because it was
so
on.
it's-
He's like,
so it's
by the way,
Okay.
it is on.
Yeah.
It just
Oh.
it just didn't have that fancy effect where it burned the undead away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because that didn't go over there and activate it when it died.
So
Because they ignited.
you all take your health point pools all permanently reduced by 9 as the
Another-
thing casts the spell once again.
So yeah, we
Faye.
need, because every time it's not, I imagine. So what I'm thinking is each rune makes that worse.
Yes.
So our
So-
max
You're right.
hit point is reduced by 9?
Max.
Yeah. So we need to.
Which makes our max hit point down by a 15 total.
Dude, love it.
It's pretty great.
So yeah, we need to take care of those runes because if not, we're just gonna die.
Thalen.
Fuck me. Well, I can't move because if I do, I'm running. So bonus action first.
So she uses them all up, and now the front rune activates once again, feeding her power.
Scrolls aren't ranged, right?
Nope.
Shit.
You have to be within 5 feet of it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my primary action to. Oh, and I can't move it forward to her in any way, right?
No, I don't believe so. You can't deliberately move towards the target as long as she's within line. of
If
sight,
I so I can't just. I want to ask. I can't take 5 feet forward to hit the skeleton.
No.
Because that's closer.
As long as she's within line of sight, yeah, you can.
I will I'll pull out my wand. I'll pull out my wand, magic missile.
Mhm.
Using 2 charges, I'm going to target the skeleton in front of me.
Okay.
Using my primary action. 2 charges. So.
I would suggest just using 1, honestly.
All right, I'll do 1.
Voice from above.
For 3.
Yeah, it's destroyed.
Awesome.
Shatters.
And then I don't have an action, so I'm going to use my bonus action to. Is anyone actually wounded, or are we all just low on like?
We're all technically now permanently low.
Yeah. I was just,
Perma-low.
do you need a cap, or are you good?
I'm a little hurt, but it is what it is.
We're all at our new top.
I'll wait.
No, I'm not. I've taken extra damage.
You got full health.
I've taken extra damage.
I'm going to save him for if we go down. So that's going to end my turn.
Okay.
Because when he healed me before, I got.
At the end of my turn, I can make that.
So
Save,
I
yep.
got extra damage.
DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Can I use my bonus action to give myself bardic inspiration because I forgot?
If
If you say no, it's fine.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, cool.
That's fine.
I was like, it's fine. It's no big deal.
You haven't made the roll yet, so you didn't use the bonus action, so
9.
so you're down 2 of those now, right?
Yes. So I need a 19 to pass. Oh no! I don't make him. So I need an 18 to pass. That's unfortunate. Yeah. So I'm down to 2 bardic inspirations.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Ben's turn. Okay.
Riken.
Sweet. Okay, I use my bonus action to spell the rune in front of me.
All right.
What happens when I do that with her?
Well, the magic starts feeding into her.
Right. She's still got that
shield.
stupid shield. So the shield is there, but
Yeah, it's still there. Lashing out and whipping with necrotic lightning and energy striking out in a frenzy.
no, I failed too many times. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the floor in front of me and try and break the rune.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Do better.
It's right there.
I know.
It's under you. How do you miss?
I don't
Let the
miss.
blood god win, damn
I
it.
don't miss. It's just not very effective. All right. It's abstract. Work with me here. It's a 9 and an 18.
You both miss.
It's abstract. Oh, jeez.
Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
All right. So that one turns on.
The one that
I'm standing.
I turned off last turn or whatever.
Yep, last round. Mhm.
Dang it.
Cool. I have 25 feet of movement as a stubby little dwarf, and I would like to get myself up to next to Alfarius and up to Lefay.
Okay.
I don't know why, but you sounded so
15,
English
20,
right there.
25. Yeah, you really did. I was saying the same fucking thing,
I'm a little
dude.
dwarf.
I was like, what's up with this accent?
Yeah.
I'm right into what I'm thinking here. Bonus action. I would like to touch her like little barrier with the scroll.
Okay. Does nothing.
Damn! That was the whole idea. Well,
Shit! Good try. It was worth finding out. It was worth the experiment.
we're gonna cast Fairy Fire right on where she is.
Okay.
As like little bits of like glowy light just illuminate the fuck out of her. And that's me. Lair.
All right.
All the role playing goes out when we panic.
100%. We are no longer characters. We are people playing a game and dying.
So that would be.
Oh, I guess she gets to make a dexterity saving throw.
The blood
Oh, she
god is
fails.
speaking to you.
Okay, sweet. You have advantage on all attacks against her.
Everybody does.
Yes.
Everybody does.
Which makes me flat roll. Awesome. If I can move there.
I'm trying to keep track here. That was. We went to the top of the round, right? Back to the layer action. Okay, so
Yes, it's
only
the
one
lair
rune
action.
active. Everybody's hit point pool is reduced. Permanent total hit point is reduced by 1. It's a really low roll.
You know, we're okay with it.
As in total, as in max.
Yeah,
Cool.
and that's the end of the layer action.
This is
Then her.
this is very bleak,
Okay.
fellas.
Yeah, this is not good.
So, Lefay,
no, Lefay.
uh,
If really quick, if we're already damaged and then we take max damage, is it still doing damage
No,
to our current,
no.
or
So-
is it just bringing down the roof?
it just brings down the roof.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't damage your actual like current hit point pool. It just damages what you can heal to.
Mm.
Oh, so
That-
out of character because so if I had 43 health and I took a negative to 28,
Mhm.
I'm still at 43. I just
Yeah,
can't heal.
you're still at 43.
Oh,
you
shit.
can't heal past 28.
All right.
Well, so then.
No, if you were at your max and the max drops, you do take that damage.
Yeah, if you're at
But
max
if you are
when it drops.
already hurt, it doesn't make you. It doesn't
Yeah.
go down together.
Oh, okay. So I haven't taken damage, so I'm at 28 now.
Yeah,
yeah.
Awesome.
Next question.
Yeah.
If I've got 4 maximum HP, okay, and I take 8 damage, do I die, or is it based off of my actual max?
No, it's
No,
based off your
instant
max.
die.
Okay.
Yeah, you die.
It's to death.
Yeah, right? It's based off your total max anyways.
Yeah, that's how they
So-
died.
As your hit point max is being reduced, it makes it easier to be killed outright.
That's what I was asking,
Yeah.
actually.
That's-
Is
And
my-
if your hit point max reaches 0,